Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music.
All right, what's going on, everybody? This is King Ricky Rose, your host of Kings of the Rings podcast. Welcome to Be Meat Slapping Majesty, Kings of the Rings podcast pre-show. I'm the only one here at the moment. I'm waiting on my two beloved co-hosts, Willie T. Will Terrachad, who's running late, and DK Murphy, who is, I don't know what's happening with Kay right now. Apparently they're a little anxious. They had a lot going on today. So hopefully Kay shows up. But until now, I did not want to keep anybody waiting whatsoever if you are watching us at the current moment. So I'm here, finishing up dinner, here to answer any questions. We got a lot to talk about this week, a lot of good talking points, so it's going to be a pretty straightforward show, only hitting the hits today. We're obviously going to be talking about Cody Rhodes' epic performance at Hell in a Cell, the calamity that is the AEW World Heavyweight Championship with the CM Punk injury, and as well as the big money topic, that MJF shoot, promo, work, I don't know, but there's a lot to decipher right there. So again, it's 7:40 right now. We're going to start officially in about 20 minutes or so. It's just me right now. I'm waiting on Willie T and DK Murphy to show up, and until then, I'm just going to be here eating some chicken and all that stuff. So, want to interact, I can see all the chats coming up, and I'll definitely be answering anything that you guys bring up on the chats as we're waiting to get this show started. If you have not already, please follow us on all of our social media at KOTR_podcast, Kings of the Rings podcast, obviously on Twitter, on Instagram, on Twitch, on Facebook, on YouTube. We also have a Discord channel as well, and most recently we also do as well have a TikTok that we recently developed that's also at KOTR_podcast. So the links to all of that are in the description below on any of our sites. We always have links to everything, including some of our awesome merchandise where you can get a t-shirt, I think a tee or a tank, in the Meat Slapping Majesty logo that you see up there. Hello, Mr. Frets. How are you? Welcome to Frets Mania Studios 2.0. Can't wait to actually see that setup because maybe we might use that to go live too. But as I was saying, that Meat Slapping Majesty icon right there, coined by the K Murphy themselves, we do have that shirt available for you on our merchandise shop, as well as some other great merchandise, including our Protect Trans Lives merchandise, where 100% of the proceeds from that design of the shirt, which we'll talk about at the beginning of the show, will be going to the National Center for Transgender Equality. So, Mr. Fred, talk to me, man. It's really just me and you at the moment, whoever else is on. Hi, how you doing? Contribute to our conversation at the moment. But what are you most looking forward to, Mr. Frets, for this show, episode, whatever we're going to call it right now? So let me know as I try to ham the rest of my dinner at the moment. And no word from Kay. Okay. No word from Kay, no word from Will. Fred, talk to me, baby. How's that new place of yours? Or semi-new place? Because I forget. Were you in like a split house or what happened? What the hell was going on with that, Freds? I know, but I don't know. So, Freds, you do have this. I will tell you now, Freds, we will be, if Will was able to cut it, we will be talking, or we'll be doing a little bit. You will hear the audio from the latter half of that MJF promo. We're going to discuss it at depth. But since you do have this, how does it feel to, be finally into like the early 2000s with Dish TV and everything? How does it feel to be in this millennia right now? Excuse my madness as I munch onto this fucking chicken. I swear. Definitely not camera ready right now, but I need to eat this freaking dinner. Dodgy stream sites are the worst, Mr. Frets. I will tell you that. Townhouses are dope. I wish I had a townhouse. There's a lot of stairs in townhouses, I feel like. Oh, fiber internet's dope. I will tell you that, Fretzy. But one thing at a time. You have Dish, which still blows my mind. It's going to suck when it rains. I'll tell you that right now. Satellite TV, when it rains, the worst. Ooh, it's a flat. That's cute. Yeah, when it rains, Frets, God bless your soul, because it's going to suck. It's going to suck a lot, but you'll enjoy it for right now. Question, friends, since you have... oh, shit, as I almost knock over my juice. It poured yesterday and nothing worked fine. I'm very surprised at that, because it's usually really shitty. When it's a blizzard, yeah, that makes sense, friends. When it is a blizzard, that's probably going to be really shitty. I just had a question. Oh, since you have Dish, would you be able to get, like, the NFL packages and all that hot shit? Because I know you're a Chiefs fan. I mean, unfortunately, you're a Chiefs fan. Go Raiders. But would you get, like, would you be able to get that, like, that NFL packaging, that Sunday ticket, NFL Sunday ticket? And here comes Will Tarashok, so let me make sure we get him in real quick. Congratulations, Will. You made it here quicker than Kay.
Woo! What a day.
You're blue as hell, but you did make it here before Kay did.
Oh, blue?
Yeah. It'll change real quick.
I know. I just gotta open this app again.
Yeah.
Come on, stop being blue.
I'm talking to Fretch about his new place.
It looks nice.
It's a townhouse flat. I didn't know they made flats as townhouses. Which I was very surprised at. But I'm impressed.
What the fuck? Why am I still blue?
I can't even see your camera. Well, hopefully we have some of the Willy team. Whenever the hell Kay decides to chime in.
I swear to God, I'm still fucking blue.
You can do a whole show blue. We can call you Blue Balls Terror Shock.
Balls is the worst. Don't even get me started on blue balls.
Mm.
Hang on. Let me leave the call and come back.
Alright, will be right back. Will return. Huh. Your bedroom was formerly a hair salon in the side of someone's house. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Now tell me about Sportsnet as TSN. Is that like your ESPN up there? Do you guys dominate ES? Does ESPN still come up there even with TSN? Like, how does that work? And here comes Will again.
All right,
You are no longer blue. Congratulations, Will. So apparently Fretz's Fretz's room, as he's telling me in the chat, used to be a fucking hair salon.
Very spacious.
I guess so. Hold on, let me share my screen so you can actually see all the shit's going on over here.
Hang on, let me cut this MJF audio first. This is like the first time I've been home like pretty much all day.
Yeah, what is it? I told you, you got my text about starting at 5?
5 minutes, yep.
Exactly at like 5, he just goes into Tony. From 5 minutes to when they cut his mic, which is about 2 minutes and some change.
Yep, I got it. Let me switch it to... I'll put to...
Hello, Kavita. Welcome to the stream. Roadhouse.
There we go, I got him. It's the big man in the back! I got it.
Okay, perfect. And we'll talk. And if you want to still watch it, apparently there was shit that went on when the camera was off.
A little bit loud.
Wait, Stranger Things season 4 is in different parts? Really, Freds? Huh. I've never seen Stranger Things, but I hear good things about Stranger Things.
I watched season 1 and I was like, it's okay.
People are like obsessed with. There's like a Stranger Things experience in New York City.
Dude, it's weird how obsessed people are with Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, I mean,
like it's really weird.
Drake's the weirdest of all of them.
Yeah, but like, dude, there was like this doesn't surprise me at all. There was an online countdown to when she turned 18.
Oh, it's the same thing that happened with Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, but that's Miley Cyrus. That's terrible either way you put it.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, speaking of, well, not even people obsessed with stuff. So I just saw a video. It's on my Twitter of the Disney did a Star Wars ad in Times Square, and it's like it's on like the corner of Macy's, and it's Vader overlooking Times Square, and he pulls out his lightsaber and he like kind of like just drags it across the screen.
I didn't see that. They must have just put it up.
I guess. I'll send it to you right now because it's fucking amazing. That and the Black Adam trailer dropped today.
That's exciting.
It's honestly, I'm not a big DC person, as everybody knows, but that shit looked really fucking good. I was like, wow, this is why it took like 5 fucking years for it to come out.
So actually, we interviewed someone the other day who used to work with Stan Lee. It's like the guy, because Stan Lee is going to be making more appearances in future Marvel movies, right?
How? He's dead.
I know, but the guy, how they did the Luke technology?
Oh, the deepfake?
Yeah, they're gonna do the same thing. Someone bought the rights to Stan Lee.
I didn't want them to do a deepfake of Stan Lee.
No, they're going to.
Which I hate. What I wanted them to do was like replace the big man.
I got it.
Replace the Stan Lee cameo with Deadpool.
I know that is a great idea, but dude, like, there's just so much more money in Stan Lee. So we interviewed the guy. He actually worked with Stan Lee. And he was
dope.
Also a former writer for the Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Wow.
Yeah, this guy was really cool.
Holy shit.
He was really interesting.
That motherfucker's got stories for ages.
Yeah, I've only had him for 9 minutes, and it was like on market stuff, but I was like, I should talk to you separately. Oh, this is really cool. I haven't seen a new episode of Obi-Wan, but I
haven't seen that. You know what sucks? So they dropped Obi-Wan.
Impressed.
They dropped a new Obi-Wan episode. Keep watching that thing, by the way. They dropped a new Obi-Wan episode, and they dropped a new Marvel show on the same day today. I'm like, you fucking bastards. I need to sleep at some point.
Dude, that's like, I mean, good thing this is in Times Square, because this is like over a highway. Like, that'd be a big problem. I was like, this could be distracting for drivers. Like, oh, it's Times Square. They're bumper to bumper anyway. Wait, I think.
But look how crazy those effects are, especially when he like drags the lightsaber.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. See it with OLED. Yes, sir.
Yes,
I will. You know what? You are correct.
Sold. Did you watch last week's episode of Obi-Wan? So you're up to 3, right?
Yeah, dude. When he put him through the fire, I was like, oh, fuck.
My holy fuck moment was when he fucking snapped the kid's neck out of nowhere.
That too, dude. Like, because that's been the big thing, especially after Boba Fett. Me and my friends were just like, man, I hope they don't do a Vader show, because I don't think they're gonna do it right, because they can't make him go full blown heel. And now I'm like, you know what? Maybe they could pull it off.
Well, they pulled up Castle Vader, which had been talked about for years.
I mean, like on Disney Plus and all that stuff. Disney's too like.
Well, no, they have
family friendly.
They have a filter now once they put on the Netflix Marvel shows.
Yeah, that's true.
And apparently, they're not messing with Deadpool 3's R rating either.
That's good. I mean, I do have faith in Disney. Like, I know out of all of our overlords, Disney is my favorite. It's close behind Amazon.
I like Google. Google's Google and Amazon are close 2 and 2A for me.
I mean, yeah, they're a bunch of oligarchs, but their product is sensational.
Yeah, you can't beat it.
I mean, like, I can complain all I want about Amazon warehouses and like how shitty Bezos is to his workers, but goddamn, his shipping it can't be beat.
Yeah, I mean, 2 days is 2 days. I'm like, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah, dude, like Etsy fucked me over hard. It's like, wow, I should have went straight to Amazon, which I ended up doing anyway.
Speaking of crazy tech, did you see the new Taco Bell invention in Minnesota that they just released too?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I have to show you this video. Essentially, It's almost like a drive-through only Taco Bell. It's 2 stories, so it's kind of like a bank ATM. They have a
Oh, is this the one like that they're gonna like through drones they're gonna deliver your food or something?
No, it's not through drone. So it's like going to a bank where it has multiple lanes.
Uh-huh.
So one lane is for like if you ordered ahead.
The food's in the vacuum.
Literally, pretty much. I'm about to show you this video. I was like, oh my god, this is fucking genius.
I've
It's gonna
heard
put a
about
lot
this
of people out of
vaguely.
business, but it's gonna put a lot of people out of work. But it's so fucking good.
Dude, I saw a tweet from Taco Bell. It was just like apparently people really love our Mexican pizza. So like we're gonna make it permanent or whatever. And like it was a tweet underneath from like a subtweet from like the Ohio like uh a sanitation department. It was like we'll be ready.
Okay, so it says Taco Bell fans are losing it. The futuristic Taco Bell features 4 different drive-throughs separated for pre-orders, delivery drivers, and traditional drive-through customers, with a
Oh,
goal
that's smart.
of fulfilling orders in 2 minutes or less.
That's very smart.
Yeah, hold on, I'm gonna send you the link because it's knucking futs, dude. It looks like a bank. It looks like the bank of Taco Bell.
So I can get behind the bank of Taco Bell. Lo quiero Taco
I
Bell.
mean, they have so much traffic as it is on like a regular day, or like especially at nights. Imagine this shit like late at night. Like they'll be making so much bank, especially if this works. Like they might have single handedly reinvented like the fast food thing.
Yeah, no, I have seen this. It's like, am I paying a toll? What's going on here? Does Easy Pass work with Taco Bell?
Okay, let's.
Also, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota is very misleading.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they made something in Brooklyn. That's great.
I was like, this shit ain't fitting in Brooklyn anytime soon. It's way too big.
It'll make a killing out on the island. There's so much space out here for that.
Yeah. It's like, damn, Taco Bell, you'll do anything not to pay minimum wage, won't you?
Well, also Chipotle's been experimenting with drive-through only locations too, I believe.
Interesting.
And to be honest with you, anything to get my Chipotle faster.
I said Moe's, and
Ooh, Moe's is great.
Moe's is still king supreme in my mind.
Yeah, they're so consistent.
Qdoba is also fan. There's a Qdoba in Hoboken, which I do frequent pretty often.
Really, Qdoba's
Yeah.
nice.
There's also a Chipotle like 2 blocks down, but that's an extra 2 blocks, so I go to Qdoba.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Let's see if we can reach K again, because
Yeah.
need to know what's going on. Where is K?
Like, damn it, Kay, you're gonna start getting fined.
Seriously. K also needs to stop having 2 freaking Skype accounts. So always pick the wrong one.
I do. I think I have 2 Skype accounts as well. I always get confused.
Yeah, hopefully K joins in, or else me and you
Also, phenomenal on the stream title. Impeccable timing. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Thank you. It was gonna be something else. I was gonna call it Summer of Pecs, but then I was like, impeccable timing, so much better.
Dude, do we even know what CM Punk's injury is?
It's not as bad as Cody's. Jesus Christ.
I was like, damn, at least like WWE's probably just like LOL a aw.
Alright, there's no word on K just yet. Nothing.
I'll be right back. I'll be with you in 30 seconds.
It's okay, I'll be messing with our followers and people watching our show. So wait, Fred, you have a cat named Herbie. How old is Herbie? And also, by the way, I've heard mixed reviews about Rescue Rangers. I heard it was good. I heard it wasn't that great. But who knows? Maybe I'll watch Rescue Rangers at some point. All right. Allegedly in AEW, there's a battle royal for another Joker opening AEW this week for a title match or temporary champ kind of deal. I'll watch it and drop here. AEW and your fucking Jokers.
All right.
Yeah, okay. So
Okay.
if K chimes in,
That's A-okay, pardon the pun. So I bought a cartridge of indica and a cartridge of sativa a few weeks ago. And I've officially gotten to the point where I do not know which is which.
Damn.
So we're gonna roll the dice on this one.
When should I be worried?
I mean, I've done a show on both, so I'll be fine.
Okay, so you'll be good. All right, yeah, let's get the show on the road. It's a really to the point show. There's a lot of major talking points, and that's all we're really going to talk about.
Yeah, dude, Hell in a Cell was good, man. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Cody, I had a joke for Cody earlier, and I completely forgot what it was.
We'll figure it out by the time we get to that, because it's not going to be the first thing we talk about, but it will be. We'll get there. Just let me know when you're ready.
I remember what it was.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, are we good?
Yeah, we're good to go. Just tell me, give me a countdown.
I'm going to start rolling.
Yeah.
Oh, baby lungs. Fuck. Must be
There you go. There you go. Get it all out.
Start again. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Midnight music.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, it's a rare time in wrestling when everything clicks and the timing is just right. This is not one of those times. CM Punk is trying to relive the Summer of Punk to a T, complete with an MJF pipe bomb. Cody Rhodes puts on a Hell in a Cell performance for the ages, and Edge meets his Judgment Day. In fact, the only thing that did go right is that you, the listener, are right here this week for the 295th episode of Kings of the Rings podcast, exclusively on Wrestle Addict Radio, and it starts right now.
Midnight music.
Holy shit, there's a lot of just headlines after headlines in wrestling this week. Like, there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff.
Like, how? How, Cody? How?
I don't know
How, dude? I was like, damn, that's a lot of makeup.
Honestly, that was my first thought too. And I was like, wait, that's not makeup. That's not.
No, that's. I was like midway through the match. Oh, it got worse.
Yeah,
it's a darker color.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, ladies and gentlemen.
There's some red in there.
Yeah, because it started bleeding again. It's like, oh God, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode 295, the most impeccable timing that we have ever had. I'm your host, King Ricky Rose, along with Willie T, Will Tarashuk, DK Murphy. At some point will be joining us, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Like we said, we have a lot to talk about. It's going to be a straightforward show because literally this past week in wrestling, from the time we got off last week to the time that we are talking right now, it has just been headline after headline after headline. And it's all wild. It is all absolutely wild stuff that happened. So let's not waste too much more time, and let's actually just get into it right now. So the first thing that we talked about, the thing that we really hyped on this past week was the fact that, CM Punk was the AEW World Champion. It was this giant thing, and not even a week later, he lost his title. But before we get to that, I do want to do a quick promo to our Protect Trans Lives fundraiser that we are doing in honor of K. Murphy. Obviously, not in honor of K. Murphy, but K. Murphy found this National Center for Transgender Equality. You see the logo there up if you're watching us on YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter. We are selling those shirts. Those shirts are live right now. The links to our merchandise are in the description below. We are selling them for the entire month of June, Pride Month. All proceeds will be going, 100% of the proceeds from the sales of these shirts. There's a tie-dye shirt. There's a unisex shirt. There's a women's body V-neck shirt, and there are tank tops as well. All the proceeds from both sales of both shirts will be going to the National Center for transgender equality. So please help us out and donate to a great cause. And as I was saying about CM Punk, we should probably donate to CM Punk's health fund, because breaking news as of, like, what was it, Saturday it came out? Friday it came out.
On Rampage, like 200,000 people saw it.
Yeah. See,
and they all got it wrong. They all said it's vacating the title, which he isn't.
Mm-hmm. So CM Punk is injured and out indefinitely, and then they'll be naming the interim AEW World Champion to be crowned at Forbidden Door due to CM Punk's injury. We don't exactly know what the injury is. I haven't heard anything about the injury. I'm assuming it's something towards his foot, or I couldn't completely show, but I saw this on Twitter, and the first person I texted was Will, and I go, he didn't even last a fucking week.
Yeah, that is such a bummer. It's just such a bummer. Honestly, my first thought was, this might be a work. But it's like, oh wait, they announced the main event with what's his face,
Tanahashi.
It's like, no, this is very much real. But then I was thinking, when did he get hurt? Like where he was in a 6-man tag on Dynamite, like that same night. So it could have been there. He had a few more botches. But it's just like, when did he get hurt? What is it? And it's very confusing, because in that MJF promo, which we're going to get to, Punk also limped down to the ring and chased off MJF.
Once cameras went off, he did start hobbling down to the ring.
So what's going on? When is he hurt? And when are we going to have MJF kissing Punk goodbye?
This is literally the summer of Punk in AEW at this point. Because what happened? Punk won the title, and then he had to go away. Remember that in WWE? It's just almost the same thing verbatim, except it wasn't an injury. It was over a contract dispute. That was also a very much real thing. And then they had to name it interim champion. Like, hopefully AEW does the Summer of Punk better, because the Summer of Punk was supposed to be this monumental thing, and it wasn't. Be that as it may, here's AEW's...
Dude, I really hope Rey Mysterio wins the tournament, and in the same night, John Cena
comes back. Cena is coming back at the end of June.
Dude, all right, quick sidebar. When that happened in 2011, when Punk won the title and left, and they had that tournament on Raw, I was so happy Rey Mysterio won, because I was a huge Rey Mysterio fan, and I want him to win something so bad. And then as he's up against John Cena, I'm like, well, that didn't last so long. I knew it so early, and I was so upset.
A lot of people were very, very, very upset. But here's AEW's press release from June 4th. We're saying during AEW's live broadcast of Rampage, AEW World Champion CM Punk announced that due to injury, he would be out of action indefinitely. However, he would not be relinquishing the AEW World Championship following this development. President and GM Tony Khan announced the AEW Interim World Championship Eliminator Series. How about just a tournament to name the Interim World Champion? Whatever.
Then they call it the Owen Hart.
Oh, no. It's going to be beginning this one, so it started right now on AEW Dynamite. It's a multi-stage eliminator series, so pay attention to all the details, because it is going to get a little bit confusing. Part 1. An exciting battle royal featuring many of our top contenders in AEW will open the broadcast of AEW Dynamite, which is happening right now.
All right, pause. I already have a problem. All right? Don't ever call it an exciting battle royal. All right? Like, no one really thinks battle royals are exciting unless it's a Royal Rumble. Also, we tell you it's exciting. You don't tell us. That's not how it works.
So the winner of the battle royal will advance to compete in the main event. That same night, this is part number 2, that same night, the winner of the battle royal will meet former AEW World Champion and #1 ranked Jon Moxley in an eliminator match in the main event of Dynamite, with the winner advancing to compete for the interim AEW World Championship at Forbidden Door on June 26th from the United Center in Chicago. So that's the AEW side of things.
Dude, I wish being ranked #1 actually meant something.
Yeah.
All right, Ricky, I'm going to ask you, who are the top 5 in AEW right now? Because I didn't even know Moxley was number one.
I honestly did not know Moxley was number one either.
I didn't know Moxley was number one before they just randomly announced, oh, by the way, he's number one.
I couldn't tell.
Remember, he's in a tag team.
Yeah, he's in the British Fight Club or whatever.
Yeah, he's like Regal's kid.
Yeah.
Like, what? How are you in a tag team and a number one singles wrestler?
I don't know. Like, so does a champion count as number one? Is the champion just like the champion spot, like in UFC?
No, a champion's a champion.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Like, the champ's above number one because he's a champ.
He's a champ. Okay. I couldn't tell you. I mean, Hangman is probably in there, even though he lost.
Like, why isn't Hangman number one?
Yeah, how come he doesn't get like an automatic shot at this? Like,
Yeah, like typically a former champ becomes number one. Like when Ngannou beat the fuck out of Stipe in the second fight,
Yeah.
he went down. He went back. He just went down to number one.
Yeah.
With anything number two, why isn't your champion the number one contender?
Yeah.
Or ranked number one? He was just the champ.
Or at least in the top
dude, you're
three.
Officially down. You're in number 9. You lost. I don't know what to tell you.
You know, okay. So then here's the second part of this tournament, if you want to call it a tournament. Meanwhile, on June 12th, during NJPW's Dominion, which is pretty much their SummerSlam event from Osaka Joe Hall, highly decorated NJPW stars and longtime rivals Hiroshi Tanahashi, the Ace, and Hiroku Goto will face off in an eliminator match for the interim AEW World Championship, with the winner also advancing to Forbidden Door on June 26th. The winner of AEW's June 8th preliminary match will face the winner of NJPW's June 12th Tanahashi versus Goto eliminator match in the main event of Forbidden Door on June 26th to crown the interim AEW World Champion. Here's more. After the AEW World Champion CM Punk is medically cleared to compete, the winner of the AEW Interim World Championship Series will face CM Punk in an AEW World Championship unification match.
Why? First off, why is this in a giant press release? Like, why couldn't
you could have just announced this?
You could have announced this literally like on TV. And why is it so Tony? You need a Bruce Pritchard, clearly. Yeah.
They need a general manager to run Dynamite.
Like, not like for real, though.
Yeah.
Like, dude, honestly, it kind of surprised me because you have all these WWE legends back there, like a Big Show, a Mark Henry, a Taz, a JR.
Seriously, JR did everything backstage, too.
Shivani, like Bischoff has been in and out. You know, now you got Regal there. Like, who is advising it? And this is a weird thing to pick on AEW for. I granted, I understand that.
Yeah.
But it's just I watch wrestling for the business end more than anything now, which is what I've learned over the past year or so. And this is just like seems like it's a bad way to run a company. It's just confusing.
Yeah, it's hard to believe with so many resources at your disposal, who willingly came over after you talking to them, how you do not use them to be like, how do we make this product better? Or something that'll be like, what do you know? Or what do you think we can improve on? I would do that on like a weekly basis.
Oh, Kavita, to answer your question in the chat, they're the same color. So that's a problem.
Yeah.
Well, I feel all right. I feel pretty good right now. So maybe it's a sativa.
Yeah. So it still blows my mind. Essentially, what you have here is not a fatal four-way, a final four with a play-in game. The play-in game being the battle royal,
which is fine. Yeah. Like, what's on TV? I bet it's gonna make sense. It's probably gonna be great because the thing with AEW is their on-screen product is always phenomenal, and their matches are always terrific.
Yeah.
But Ricky, a few months ago, you said a line that stuck with me forever. And anytime I watch AEW, I can't not think it. That's the Adam Cole vacation tour.
Yeah.
Like
Adam Cole's on vacation.
I feel like that's most of the people on that roster that aren't wrestlers, with the exception of Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Like Regal vacation tour, Taz vacation tour, JR is this. It's a working vacation.
Yeah.
But like, who else? Like Mark Henry, Big Show.
Big vacation.
Yeah, it's just a giant vacation tour. even Christian. I'll even put Christian as a vacation tour. He's just a dude. He's paid like $3 million to talk in this stand with a dinosaur. That's
a vacation.
His job.
That's a vacation.
Yeah. Yeah, like he had his moment where he wrestled a lot, so that was great.
Yeah.
But still, it's just AEW is just a great vacation destination for like all these former WWE guys.
It is
who are seasoned and veterans.
Yeah.
I get an exception for Athena, Ruby, excuse me, Keith Lee, and Swerve.
Yeah, who are trying to make a name for themselves. And congratulations to Keith Lee and Swerve, even though they did not win. I heard they put on a great performance.
They did.
Yeah,
they fit very well together. They're fun.
You know, so essentially what you have here is, like I said, a semifinal with a play-in. John Moxley's already in the semis. You're getting a Battle Royal winner to face John Moxley tonight. And then the other half of that semifinals is the NJPW Dominion, which, by the way, finally something AEW did for another program to get you to watch Dominion. This makes you want to watch Dominion now. Like, is Tanahashi still going to
No, it doesn't.
Okay, maybe it doesn't for well.
You know, MJF just ripped into like you pretend watch NJPW. I laughed so hard because that's like most people.
Yes, we do also have breaking news for the show. So Kay will not be joining us tonight. So Kay is stepping out. So we'll check in with Kay a little bit later. But we do hope that they're feeling a little bit better. So it's just gonna be just me and Willie T for the rest of the show.
Listen to Linkin Park, Kay. It always works for me.
Okay, that works. Post Malone, too. Post Malone came out with a new album. That's always very depressing. So,
dude, actually, I found a new song I'm obsessed with. I'm gonna. It's one of those random things Spotify suggested to me.
They're like, you seem like you're down. Let's play this.
All right. No, not even that. Here's the story. So I have a bunch of playlists that I go through the rotation. Everyone's had a rotation,
of course.
So. One of them is my Pokemon playlist, which is just it's literally just, dude, I gotta send you this picture, this image from this playlist. It's literally just all the Pokemon music from like the games and then like Pokemon lo-fi.
Interesting.
But I accidentally put it to shuffle, but it was like the playlist radio station.
Oh, okay.
And I was a little disappointed, but I got to this song called Chemical Plant Zone by this guy named Probe. And like, you know, do you use Spotify or Apple?
I have both, so it doesn't matter.
All right, so you know, like Spotify have they have like this like the little images on like the background, like you play a song. Yeah. It's a looping one. It's just Sonic playing video games with beats on. That's the image. And I have listened to this song probably 20 times in the past 2 days.
That's amazing.
So it got me in a zone. I totally forgot why I brought up this story.
I don't know. People pretending to watch NJPW. I don't fucking remember.
I don't know, but I'm gonna upload it to my mixer and play it during breaks.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
we'll play it. We'll play it a little bit later. So yeah,
in post.
Yeah, so that's the AEW Interim World Championship Eliminator Series, aka the Summer of Punk. So we will see what will happen in this. But what a blow! Like your draw was going to be AEW World Champion CM Punk headlines a pay-per-view in Chicago with NJPW. Now you've lost that essentially.
Yeah, yeah, it's a big bummer, but I mean, like I was just like, oh, this is a big blow for AEW. This sucks. I mean, which it does. You know, it's their champion, but at the same time, it's like, bruh, that roster is so deep. You could put that belt on so many people. The internet will jizz themselves just as hard.
Yeah, but it's not Punk in Chicago, though.
No, but I mean, it sucks.
You can. I understand you can make a workaround.
Yeah, I think they'll bounce back from this. In a few weeks, this will be forgotten.
Let's hope. So let's.
Dude, all they gotta do is bring Kenny back. Like that. That's all they got. That's all they got.
Kenny could be the Joker right now. Fred hasn't said anything yet, so who knows? Let's go to Hell in a Cell real quick, which was out of Chicago. And say what you want, and I say a lot about the All-State Arena, how fucking shitty it is. That crowd's amazing every fucking time.
Yeah, they were great
every fucking time. Loved Hell in a Cell. Mustafa Ali over like Rover as the hometown boy. Also, they love Bobby in the Midwest. Like Bobby Lashley.
Oh yeah, dude.
I was like, what?
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, dude, you're right. I watched the entrance closely, and I was just like, this entrance is honestly, it might be the best entrance we see week to week right now, other than Roman's, because Roman's is slow and methodic and sexy.
Yeah.
But other than Roman's, I do think Bobby Lashley is the best entrance because they give him all the pomp and circumstance. And remember how like when they first started doing this, like the 3D rendering over the
Oh,
screens?
the almighty stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it was just like it took them a while. It took them faster than I thought they would. But Bobby's is where they got it.
Yeah.
It looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
No, Oscar's mask looked cool too.
Oscar's mask is really fun.
Yeah.
Oscar's mask.
But like they're getting better, and that adds so much more to your product.
Yeah.
Because Bobby Lashley is such a presence, and I forgot who won.
Yeah, Bobby won the handicap match. And then he
Thank God, dude.
He won it, and then he took a replica title, WWE title from somebody in the crowd and put it in the air. I was like, oh, he's calling the shot. Good, I like it. Split up the fucking titles. Oh,
and then Cody gave it back.
Speaking of which, that's what we're going to talk about first. Cause my lord, look at that injury.
Dude, I was shocked. Because
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he tore. I was like, oh, he tore a pec. You know, that sucks. But I didn't expect it to look like that.
That's what a torn pec looks. So here's my thing leading into this. There was talk about Cody might have injured himself, but he was still going to wrestle. And then they said officially on the pre-show of Hell in a Cell, he had injured himself initially during the Rollins thing. It was a slightly, torn pec. And then working out throughout the week, he completely tore off his pec. But yet he's still going to wrestle. So in my mind, as a I guess I would call myself an educated criticizer of WWE, I was like, oh, they're just embellishing this shit to get your babyface that much more over. And I believe that all the way up until he took off his jacket. And
what sold it for me was when he did the whoa, like on the
and he
ramp,
couldn't raise his hand.
He only did one arm. I was just like, uh-oh. I was like, oh, he's fucked. Like, he's actually fucked up. But
Yeah.
I did not expect this. And do you know who David Goggins is?
I do not know who David Goggins is.
So look him up. He's a psychopath. But his whole mantra is like he's one of those super fitness freaks, and like his idea is like conquer your inner bitch.
Yeah.
Like you're struggling, good 4 a.m, do push-ups, do a smoothie shake. So his whole thing is conquer your inner bitch.
Okay.
And let me just say, Cody Rhodes didn't just conquer his inner bitch. He is now telling his inner bitch to conquer their inner bitch. That's how fucking tough this guy is.
This, like, it is hard for as much as a huge, as a very infamous, not infamous, as a very popular Chicago crowd for wrestling events, as a Chicago crowd is. Cody took off his jacket and they were fucking, like, they didn't know what to believe. Like, they didn't know what to think of this. And I didn't know what to think of this. Because I was like, how? Let me explain to you. The Joker was fucking Andrade. Great. Let me...
Yeah, just right at the end.
Exactly. Let me explain to you how much what a torn pec completely off the bone, by the way. I want you guys to put your hands, if you're watching or if you're listening, put your hands on one of your pecs right now. Like, put your, like, it's like, like your,
It's your chest.
It's pretty much your chest muscle. It's like, hand over your heart when you're doing, like, soothing and stuff. And now just...
Oh, look at that titty.
Yeah, right? And now just try to do anything that you would normally do. Like, just, yeah. Feel...
That hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Try to type, try to get up. You are always using your pectoral muscle. The fact that Cody doesn't have one and went through a wrestling match...
It's like he tore it. I'm like, where'd it go? I see it. It's black and blue and purple and red and magenta. But like, where'd it go? It's like, what is that? What does that actually mean? Like, you tore. When you tear something like that, you tear a pec. What happens to it? Because it's off the bone, correct?
Yeah.
So is it like floating there? Like,
So let's see. So this is a chicken bone, right? The meat is the muscle. So his muscle's completely off. It's like someone tearing your calf muscle all the way off your bone.
Right, but is it? But it's still there though. Like,
it's essentially like rolled up. It might have to be reattached. Yes.
All right, so it's like it's kind of scrunched up in the fetal position somewhere in your chest.
Yeah, and bleeding everywhere.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So all that color, all that bruising is just internal
That's
bleeding?
internal bleeding, yes.
So how do they like stop that?
You don't? I'm not a medical professional, so I don't want to say either way how you do it, but it's tough. It's tough. The good thing going for Cody is that, which is crazy to say, was that he tore it completely off his bone, so like you couldn't injure it anymore no matter what he did.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
In that case, if it can't get worse.
Yeah.
My other thing was I was just like, okay, WWE is a publicly traded company. We say that a lot on the show.
Yeah.
They're very corporate. We say that a lot on the show.
Mhm.
How the fuck did this slide?
Here's
Like,
how
how is this allowed to happen? And I'm not saying like they shouldn't have done, like, shame on them. I'm just shocked that it actually. I'm happy it happened.
Yeah.
I'm happy he's okay. And he came out on Raw.
which is
But
still crazy.
I'm surprised that someone let this happen.
It was really funny. He came out on Raw, and my girlfriend was like, "Why is he not home? Why is he not home?"
Yeah.
Recovering?
Seriously, like, what are you doing here? Like, Hell in a Cell, dude. I'm glad he did, because, like, listen, you got to take one for the team, because otherwise this card is awful and everyone's gonna get their money back and it's gonna be a disaster.
Mhm.
Like, Cody fucking took one for the team,
Yeah.
and I 100% believe when he said this was 100% his decision.
I was gonna
Like,
say, yeah.
I don't doubt that.
As when the cameras were off, he addressed the crowd and said this was 100% his call. He was not coerced into continuing to perform. Because let's take a look back at people who have torn their back. Let's say, I don't know, John fucking Cena. John Cena tore his back and was gone. Did not wrestle at all until he made that surprise recovery at the 2008 Rumble at the Garden.
Yeah.
When he came back. But he was not, he was like, fuck no, I'm out, you know. Let's talk about Superman John Cena. Cody tore his back and said, Hell in a Cell match? All right, here we go.
Not only that, dude, a phenomenal
Yes, absolutely.
Hell in a Cell match. I'm a little bummed, 'cause, like, what this match could have been. Like, I believe they hit all their beats, and that's the exact match they're going to do one way or the other.
Mhm.
But it would have been so much. I mean, obviously it would have been so much better. But, like, the athleticism and the spots and the kickouts, I think the match would have been 10 times better. Maybe not, because it was more suspenseful.
Yeah, no, I loved it. It was just,
But it was outstanding. It was outstanding.
yeah, it was outstanding. I mean, if you're not sold on Cody Rhodes as a performer after this, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I really don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, dude, he conquered his inner bitch.
Yeah, pretty much. But we do have to give credit to where credit is due, because holy shit, Seth Rollins came out as Dusty, and I said, "Oh my god, he has a death wish."
Yeah, again, like, I think Cody would have went so hard and brutal on him if he could have.
Yeah,
But this match told a phenomenal story. Like, the bull rope, put it on. It was just
the bull rope was a really great twist. I was like, "Oh shit, we're going bull rope style." I was like, "All right."
Dude, I loved that it had a cowbell. That was every
Cody
strap
kept ringing it too.
Yeah, every strap or rope match needs a cow. I don't care if it's Caribbean. It needs a strap. It needs a cowbell.
Yeah, it was great. Seth, at this point in time, with all the shenanigans he's pulled, he's not even world champion, and he's on the greatest run of his career.
Dude, Seth pulling out the toolbox early.
Yeah.
It's like the first thing they pulled from out of the ring was a fucking toolbox. I was just like, wow, what a call! What a wink and nod to the internet on that one.
Yeah. He is, at this point, I would argue that Seth Rollins is an all-time top 10 heel.
All time?
There's not many people that's getting under the skin of all of their opponents quite like Seth is.
I don't know, dude. There's some really good heels out there.
Can you name 10 better than Seth?
Right now?
Yeah.
Hollywood. Okay. Hollywood Hogan.
Ultimate heel.
Flair.
Okay, when he's healing.
You know what? Triple H was a great heel.
Oh, like mutton chop trips?
Yeah.
Okay.
Vince.
Mr. McMahon, probably like 1A if you got Hulk. Hollywood Hulk there too.
Who else we got?
You got 4, by the way.
I'm 5. 5 is Piper.
Okay.
Heel. Who else is a great heel? Oh, I'm gonna go Shane Douglas in ECW.
Okay.
Am I at 7?
You're at
Oh my
6,
God,
actually.
Era. 6.
Yeah.
This would be 7. Roman.
Okay.
Roman's a great heel. I'm gonna go Edge.
Judgment Day Edge or just Edge, just Opportunist Edge?
Sleazy Edge.
Opportunist Edge?
Yeah,
Or
opportunist and
rated
sleazy
rated
Edge.
R Edge?
Rated R
Rated
Edge.
R Edge,
Yep.
okay.
Orton.
Okay.
I fucking need one more.
I can easily give you one more.
Let me go. You know what? Let me go. Bret Hart as a person. No. One more. Undertaker.
Ministry of Darkness Taker?
When he first debuted.
Was that a heel or was he just spooky?
Yeah, that was a heel. People were literally terrified of him.
But does that make him a heel or does that make him spooky?
Okay, spooky. Okay, fine. How about well, no, Yokozuna didn't really talk. Okay, I'm missing one more. I need a 10th
I can
one.
give you two, but you could put a 10.
Okay, hang on. Oh, Ciampa.
NXT Ciampa?
Yeah.
Okay. I understand that.
Well, who else am I missing?
Oh, wait, Jericho?
That was a fucking great heel. Yeah, you're so right. Yeah, you're so right. You know what? I'm gonna take out I'll take out Triple H for that.
And I still say The Miz is one of the best heels.
Fuck! You're right again. Okay. Yep. I'll take out. Who else I have in that list? Whatever. He's his honorary member.
Yeah.
But I would say most. I would say most of those are better than Seth because Seth is just Because Seth gets cheered. You know what I mean?
Okay, fair.
Like,
I mean,
he's a cool heel. Like, he is a heel. I'm not saying he's not a heel, but he's not like detested.
okay.
He's just he's annoying, but he's a heel, but he's likable.
Yeah.
And I respect him because he's doing great work. I wouldn't really call him a great heel. I call him a great entertainer and a great performer.
Okay, I'll give you that. And like, I mean, also to have the confidence in Cody to have you go up against Seth for your first premiere couple of matches back in the company, that's a lot of confidence.
Yeah, a trio of three
classics,
different,
different
style, like unique, different, and classic. Yeah, it's a great put.
Yeah, they put on three. Like Seth put on 3 classic performances and losses.
Hey man, typically sometimes you get more over. You get over more than losing. And that's just a factor. Right?
I mean, worked for HBK. HBK has a losing record at WrestleMania.
Yeah, so does Triple H.
Yeah. So we got to give credit to where credit's due, and that is the Seth Rollins. That motherfucker is on a roll. And then he even attacked. He gave Cody Rhodes his props on Raw, and then decided to still beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, I didn't watch Raw. But I did see like the clips of that. And that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I was like, because it looked like it was ending on. It was like, oh, all right, good job, Seth. You're gonna be the bigger man. And then he came back out with the sledgehammer and beat the shit out of him. I was like, all right, that's one way to take Cody off of TV. Cody should have gone into surgery today, by the way. So at minimum, he could be back by Money in the Bank. But that is a giant stretch. Okay, that he's got to be on like an 08 John Cena level of healing.
I mean, honestly, dude, like if it can't get more injured, just you know what? Fuck it, keep wrestling. You don't even get the surgery. It's this is your new gimmick, dude.
One-armed Rhodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's probably hurt to do other things like hold a child because he does have a baby.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, dude, take your time. What I mean, like,
yeah.
As long as you're back for SummerSlam,
it's not even that. He could potentially miss SummerSlam. Maybe we're talking like 4 weeks to close to maybe 4 months, give or take.
Yeah, what am I talking about? SummerSlam is literally in like 2 months.
Yeah, less than 2 months.
It's in like
it's July 31st. Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake! It's like in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
7 weeks.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Here's the thing. You could miss Money in the Bank, and I get that, and that would suck because you were going to headline Money in the Bank. You probably also are going to get a marquee match at SummerSlam, which at this point, you fucking deserve it.
Yeah, maybe that's why they changed it from the stadium. Like, fuck, Cody tore his pec.
This is not going to work. Yeah.
They're like this, and where's Roman? We don't have a storyline for him.
Oh, fuck yeah. Here's the thing. As long as he's back for the Royal Rumble, everything's gonna be fine.
Oh yeah, which no doubt he will be.
He'll be back for the Rumble. He's getting that surprise return pop. Place is gonna go nuts. It's gonna be a great time.
Dude, well, I saw this online today. The rumor is that it's gonna be Seth and Cena is the next feud.
Cena is coming back.
Which, you know what?
I'm fine with it.
Fuck yeah, I want to see that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's the Joker against Batman again, essentially.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's going to be everything about that's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. And again, props to Seth for that. So let's move on to the other good match. This was the women's triple threat. It started the show, which is whoever booked Hell in a Cell did a great job. You had a great match at the beginning. You had a legendary match at the end. You can't really do anything better than that. But
that's what you gotta do, man. If you have a bad pay-per-view, fuck it. Just make it a sandwich.
Yeah, you start out good and you end great. And this triple threat was so fucking good, and it did what it needed to do. It got Bianca over like Rover, even though this wasn't quote the original idea because they were going to use Naomi. I like the fact that they had Bianca, Becky, and Asuka, your 3 top stars in Raw, putting on a phenomenal triple threat with everybody. And Becky to this day is still one of the best professionals ever, because when Asuka fired up and then those like 3 spinning back fists, I was like, holy fuck. Not many people can take that and continue walking.
Yeah, this match was a lot of fun. Jazz loves Bianca Belair. It's like the only wrestler she likes.
That's the same thing with my girlfriend too.
I mean, but for good reason, right?
Yeah.
She's a fucking animal, and she's athletic, and she's black, so it helps.
Yeah.
But we were also talking this, like, did a promo, like, she's just like, I don't like Becky anymore. She's just over the top and annoying. But it's really funny because she'll be like, yes, Bianca, kick out, fucking fuck her up, kick her back. What are you doing? Bianca, get back in the ring. Like, it's just really funny. Like, I go, you know what, it's fake. I'm the one telling her that. And it's just, but it's really, it's just the cutest thing.
Yeah.
Watching your loved ones watch Bianca Belair.
It is really interesting to see. Like, for me, I love Becca. So, like, I think Becca's doing a great job at just being a ridiculous heel, and just kind of
her in-ring work has
stepped up,
improved. 10. Like when she left, I was like, oh, she looks like she trained in the ring, like, hard.
Yeah. Not
just her physique. Like, her in-ring stuff is top notch.
Yeah. Okay. And again, congrats to Bianca Belair. We're going to talk about her a little bit later, but Mr. Fretz has broken to us breaking news. And let me read this for you, Will.
I'm reading it. The All-Atlantic title?
Yes, AEW is going to have a new title, another singles title. It's called the AEW All-Atlantic title. There will be 4 matches to qualify for a Fatal 4-Way at Forbidden Door. It's not a trios title, but okay. So, let's go through all of AEW's titles. You have the world title. You have the TNT Championship. You have the TBS Championship. TBS Championship for the women. TNT Championships for the men. You have the Women's World Championship. You have the tag titles. That's 5 right there. And now we are going to... I'm not including the FTW Championship because fuck that shit. Okay.
The FTW Championship.
Yeah, I don't know why it was there in the first place. And now...
Taz, yeah, dude, that's why.
And now
it's fine, but it's so stupid.
And now we have the All-Atlantic title. Mr. Fretz is comparing it to AEW's European title, I guess?
I mean, so... You're like, we might as well call it the tri-state area belt. Like, that's like, how many states is that? Like 6?
The All-Atlantic? I mean, you can go up the Atlantic coast, I guess.
Oh, the whole, okay, I guess the All-Atlantic, I guess that's, yeah, I guess all the Atlantic, like the whole East Coast.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like Florida to Maine.
I guess they ran out of TV stations to do things.
I guess that includes Canada.
I guess.
That includes Europe.
I don't know.
It includes parts of Africa. So I guess it's just the world title. Like, what?
I don't know. The All-Atlantic like.
Okay, I'm glad it's not a trios title, right? The trios title is a fucking stupid idea.
No, don't do a trios title, please, for God's sake.
It's such a bad idea. It's a good idea if you didn't also have tag titles.
All Atlantic includes the Maritimes? I guess. I don't know. If it's in the Atlantic Ocean, I guess it counts.
Like, ooh, you should just call. Well, you can't use European title. I mean, African title. Yeah, you get too much shit for that.
The Africa title, and they put it on like I don't know.
Put
it on like Jungle Boy.
Oh my God, they put it on Jungle
Could you imagine?
Boy.
Could you imagine that happening?
In the 90s, I could.
Sure.
In the early actually, you know what? But pre-2005, I could totally.
They put the Africa title on Jungle Boy, and he has to come out to Africa by Toto every single week.
Oh my God.
That's
what's a shame?
That's gonna be my fan fiction.
Tony Khan really licensed "Where Is My Mind" to use it for a few months and then never hear from Orange Cassidy again.
My God.
How much money that probably cost?
A ton. A ton.
A lot.
Yeah. So the AEW All Atlantic title, I'll believe it when I see it. I want to see what this shit fucking looks like. Because
it's going to be green. How much you want to bet?
Green?
It's going to be
all right,
the primary color.
So their world titles are pretty much laced in gold, and seeing the tag titles has the globe around it, and there's a little bit of blue there. Your TBS has red. Your TBS has blue. Your TNT's got reddish in it. So green does make sense. Green does. That'd be the next color I'd go for the All Atlantic title.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's for some reason I also think of like GFW and like that color green.
I can see that as well.
Or like the green Gatorade green.
But like, all right, so Fred, if you find out, because we're going to continue on the show, but like, what is the criteria? Is there a weight limit for this title? Like, who is this title going for? Like...
Dude, wrestling needs less belts. All right? I'm sorry, that's just a fact.
I mean, I can see the All-Atlantic title being somebody you put on Dark, maybe? Or Rampage, and only have it defended there. Like, that'd be a cool little stick. Or, I don't know, how about you just do a television title that's been sitting there for fucking years and have whoever you need to build up defend every week with the TV title, which is what it was used for.
Do you need the... Like, could they do that? Or they don't have to... Do you need rights to something like that?
It is possible, but WWE is sitting on the rights to the TV title because they when they bought WCW, it is possibly they engulfed the TV title rights.
I mean, but like, WCW had the TV title first.
Yes,
and then I'm pretty sure ECW also had one.
I don't believe so.
But what Paul Heyman used to say is this: like, how come we never got sued for using Enter Sandman and and like the NWA song? He was like, listen, ECW wasn't big enough to sue.
It's got a point there.
He's like, right? So there's literally, you could probably lose money suing ECW, even if you win.
Yeah, so I don't know, but I'm assuming WWE has the rights to the TV title and they're holding it, which is probably the reason why they had to do the TBS and TNT championships. Because like, oh, we're not going to name it TV, we're just going to name it after TV stations, because that's going to work, but...
Dude,
here we are.
Dude, do they sell those? Like,
no.
I want to go to a WWE show
with the TNT title.
With a TNT title. Like, everyone would be like, dude, what? Like, what? What? Why would you buy this?
They don't have a merchandise because they partner with like their merchant.
That's right. They don't have their own store. They're with Pro Wrestling.
They partner with Pro Wrestling Tees, so they don't have. I mean, which is smart if you want to save money, but they really should open up their own exclusive merchandise store, separate from Pro Wrestling Tees, and start pumping out some shit. Like they would. They do sell the replica AEW title, but it's really hard to find because I think they only sold a fair amount of them. They didn't sell that many of them. You got to go on some of the independent shops to get it.
Then again, dude, like I know he's a billionaire and everything, but like, bro, how much is all that? Honestly, how much do you think it costs to run a store like that? I mean, you
gotta have literally a merchandise division of your company.
Like, dude, AEW. I don't know if you know this, but AEW doesn't make money.
Oh no, yeah, we've talked about that. Yeah, I know, and
they make negative tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah, and they're still trying to come up with the video game and all that. So like, this is a big experiment.
Which apparently, allegedly, isn't going well. They probably should have scrapped the video game and went with merchandise.
Yeah, I think the video game idea was too soon. That's why Kenny's not back, because Kenny's working on a video game. Which means Kenny won't be back for a while. But when you want to do a company like that, yeah, I would have focused on in-house merchandise that people can wear, and that would push your product to the masses for people who don't watch wrestling. Where the video game can do that when you're more established.
Yeah.
That
Do you think Kenny's gonna merge into that Cody role
probably,
off screen?
probably. Who else is gonna do it?
Dude, they should probably hire someone.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. They need a specialist like no one's business.
I do like business in this country it's fucking wild. It's a wild thing.
Yeah, it is.
Like running a business in this country, like especially on that level.
Mm-hmm.
Like as like corporations, like how WWE runs their business and how decisions are made. Like I highly encourage you specifically, Ricky, to go listen to Andrew Zarian's Matt Men from like maybe 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And he goes like 20 minutes in
About the hierarchy of WWE.
Stephanie McMahon.
Oh, like her influence on the company.
Specifically, like why she took that leave of absence.
Mm-hmm.
And like they left on good terms, but corporately, they just didn't like her vision for the company. And it was just like they didn't have faith in her to do what needed to be done on that kind of corporate level, which is the first time that ever happened with Stephanie. Like that's not supposed to be a knock on Stephanie. It's not supposed to be an insult on Stephanie.
Yeah.
It's just she wasn't the right fit for that kind of corporate field they were going for.
Mm-hmm.
So she's always has a place there. She always has a job there. It's still family, but she just took a step back because like someone already has her job, and it's not like a wrestling person. It's just like a corporate person.
Yeah.
It's wild. And in a few years, that person will be gone. Like corporate companies and culture just shift around every few years.
Yeah.
Like the AEW needs that kind of a wave, someone to just run their business end of the company.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, it's probably hard for something because like it's her family's business too. So it's kind of like they have a certain image that the family's been trying to push out, but corporate's probably telling them something else.
And I think the McMahon, that's what they want.
Yeah.
I think Stephanie was like, that's totally cool with me, man. I'm speculating here, but I bet Stephanie was like, yo, I welcome that completely. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And I bet she's still gonna do her philanthropy thing because that's really what she's good at.
Yeah, I was watching like freaking the USA games for like the Special Olympics, and they had like powerlifting sponsored by WWE. I was like, oh, Stephanie fucking did that, probably.
Of course,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Like her and Mick Foley, they tag team.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so let's move on from Bianca.
Oh yeah, Bianca's on the screen.
Yeah. I mean, we sidebarked a little bit, but the last time we were on, we missed on the MJF promo, and the MJF promo was so impactful. One of my friends, shout out to Sam, who doesn't even watch wrestling regularly, immediately texted me the next day, said, "Did you hear the MJF promo?" I was like, "You're usually like 3 minutes fucking late on this shit." You know, like how do you know about this and listen to this before I did, or whatever? And so I listened to the promo, and wow, we're gonna play the. He starts with the promo saying he is in a lot of pain, like emotional pain and turmoil, and he's upset, and he takes a jab at the crowd, which rightfully so. He called them out on their shit.
He's like, "Oh, now you're gonna chew me when all you guys are calling me an unprofessional piece of shit." I was like, "You know what, dude? You are right."
Yeah. He called him just a bunch of uneducated marks, blah, blah, blah. And then he zeroed in on TK, Tony Khan, Statman Tony, as he called him. And we're going to play the latter half where he goes on Tony. It's about 2 minutes and some change. So, Will, if you're ready, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
It's the big man in the back, too. Here's something you guys can't take for granted. Here's something he doesn't want you to know. Do you guys know who the second biggest minute-for-minute draw is in this entire company? Nope, you wish. It's me! It's me! And if you don't believe me, do me a favor. Ask Stat Boy Tony in the back, see what he's got to say. But whatever you do, Don't ask him to reach into his pockets and pay the man who's been busting his ass for him since day one. No. Make sure he hoards all that money. Make sure he hoards all that money so he can give it to all the new ex-WWE guys he keeps bringing in. That can't lace my goddamn boots! Hey, boss! Would you treat me better if I was an ex-WWE guy?
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
See, maybe you don't get it, man. Here's the problem with you, boss. You got a position of power in a wrestling company when the only position you should be assuming is behind the guardrail with all of them.
That's a good line.
I don't want to wait till 2024, but you don't listen to me, so allow me to make it a little bit easier for you. Tony, I want you to fire me. Tony, don't tell me down, you piece of shit! Shut your mouth! Look at me, Tony. Look at me. I want you to fire me. You fucking mark! Fire me! Fire me!
And then they cut.
Woo!
Then they cut his audio when he cursed his eyes, saying, "Don't count me down." That was him yelling at one of the production assistants. I'm assuming, telling you you have such and such couple of minutes, and he was not having it. I don't know where to start. He also did start out his promo, which we did not air. He did start out the promo with saying that there was a lot of big executives in town. It's like it'd be a shame if something went off the rails.
Dude, another crazy thing, commentary didn't mention it at all.
Really?
Like the rest of the night, nothing. They did promo he was gonna come out there, but after that, they came back from break and they showed what happened earlier in the night with like Tanahashi and Punk and everything.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, you're just gonna pretend none of that happened. I don't know what's real here.
I'm at a loss as well because like we've watched wrestling long enough where you can be like, okay, a wrestler's mad on storyline or we're showing emotion for the promo. Eddie Kingston's a master of this, of like blurring the lines between what is his character and what is him, and Eddie Kingston does a really good job at it. But most of the time, Eddie's in control, and I don't know if MJF was in control here.
No, I don't. I think he might have. MJF might have just went straight Miz on SmackDown Live, on live television.
He does say this is Maxwell Friedman. Like, he does say this is not MJF, this is Maxwell Friedman talking.
Yeah. I mean, listen. The storyline of MJF wants more money has been teased and hinted at and now is blatant for the past few months, like since the Punk feud.
Correct.
So I think the idea of MJF wants more money is true. That's true. Him and TK are disagreeing on a contract. I think MJF wants more money and Tony wants more years, but MJF just wants more money on his existing contract right now. Something like that.
Yeah.
So they're making that a storyline. But I truly believe MJF just went off his fucking off the rails. Maybe in the beginning it was a little more scripted, but he just lost it and went real.
Yeah.
That's my guess. They're working themselves into a shoot.
It is highly possible, and it only got worse the more the crowd tried to heckle him, because he hates that shit. Like if it's a heel or if it's him, he hates that shit, and you can tell. And he just it was back as like we said a little bit earlier. The cameras went off. They cut off his mic. CM Punk tried to come out to be like, "Yo, what's going on?" And he walked out on Punk and like went through the crowd, leaving his scarf in the ring.
Yeah, he dipped. He's like, "Fuck this."
And so I thought that was kind of telling, especially now that you told me that they didn't address any of that at all on commentary, which makes me believe that there's something really bad here. Like the divide might be a little bit bigger than we think. But hopefully, maybe MJF getting all of this out, maybe now they can come back to the table and talk. Because, I mean, they did the same thing with CM Punk and WWE. We're like, you know what? Say whatever you want. You're frustrated, say whatever you want, to an extent, and then we'll get back to, contract talks. But in this instance, I really don't know, because at the time Punk did his original pipe bomb, WWE is the only show in town. MJF does not have to do shit. MJF can go to Hollywood. He'd probably be a semi-decent actor. And if I'm WWE, after seeing that, I'd be like, get him on the phone. I know he's under contract, but just tell him whatever he wants at this moment. We are willing to talk to him.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what WWE is responding to this. Like, one, the boys in the back. I want to know what they think about it, if they're watching or if they care.
Yeah.
As well as
because he did take a shot at the people in the back too.
Oh, the boys in the back in AEW were not happy about this either.
Well, yeah, because he said that he also accused them of holding him down because he's the young kid, which is probably true.
Probably, sure. He's what, 26?
26, yeah.
So they probably, sure, but also he's right. He called them out on their high spots and star ratings, which is true. That is I think that is a problem with AEW. It's more athletics and acrobats and high spots than it is actual storytelling and like wrestling and selling and stuff like that.
Yeah. And MJF's probably one of the best storytellers they have in that company.
And it's also true, MJF is better than all the guys coming in. He just is, in my opinion. I really think he is the best person they have in that company.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
there are better workers, but there's no better character
than MJF.
Who can still wrestle. Like there's no bad MJF matches.
No, and he's creative with his matches. Like the match where he was like he told you what the finish was in his intro, and then he did the finish against Darby. Yeah, I was like, oh, it's beautiful.
That was his. He means what he says, and he says what he means, and he backs them both.
Yeah,
backs them both up.
And so I don't know what happens here. Obviously, we haven't heard anything from Mr. Pretz who's watching. MJF isn't on Dynamite. Will Ospreay is apparently. So congratulations for Will Ospreay from recovering from that injury from NJPW World Champion. So good to him on TV. But back to MJF.
Bro, you like listen. Like if I was like real talk, I'd just be like, Max, Bobby, let me tell you something. You deserve all of the money you want. And I promise you are going to get every single penny, plus like bonuses and shit.
Yeah.
However, my friend, Mr. Friedman, you signed a contract.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is signed. You agreed that this was going to be your pay from this year to this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you want here? Like, stop being silly. You knew what could have happened. You knew the risks.
And it's not like he can go to arbitration because they're not on a union or anything. So it's like he's stuck.
Like, bro, you sign a contract. Like, live up to your contracts. Like, I totally agree with you. You deserve more money than the people that are getting paid coming in, and it's not fair right now.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're gonna make it fair because of the agreement we signed, which at the time was fair and is still fair. Like, your deal is still fair. You're still getting $1 million. Mm-hmm. But I do think he's worth about $4 or $5 million a year, for sure.
Yeah, because the potential's there. He's only gonna get better. He's not even wrestler prime right now.
Yeah,
he's only gonna get better.
And you can say, "Hey, Roman's paid like $4 or $5 million." Like, well, Roman's worth $7-8 million in my mind, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, he is. But
it is crazy because also I think part of the BS meter is. Money is never a storyline in wrestling. Salaries and how much money people make.
Never storyline. You never talk about it.
They never talk about it in storyline, which is so weird because it's such an easy story to tell.
Yeah.
I want more money. I'm worth more money. Fuck you. This is how much you actually make. How much you paying taxes, Greg? Huh? Greg? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
And it's really funny because AEW was pretty much saying they're going to bring. It's going to be a realer approach to pro wrestling. With the ranking system and all that. So why not have contract disputes as part of your storyline, as one of your integral storylines from time to time with your top performers, which is a believable way of blurring the lines.
Yeah. I think it's great. I think it's definitely started as a work. I think for the most part it still is a work, but the real life, the shoot aspect is bleeding in more and more. And the reason they probably don't do stories like that is because it can get really ugly really fast if they're not careful.
And it got there.
I.e. Sean and Brett.
Yeah.
I.e. like name your pick.
Steve
like,
Austin,
like,
Brock Lesnar.
JBL and the Blue Meanie, all right?
Yeah,
like
Steve Austin, Brock Lesnar, Goldberg, Sasha and Naomi, you know. It gets real ugly really, really quickly. And if I'm Tony Khan, and if there's one thing he can, I know he's like doesn't want to do things WWE does, but you do not, if he begs and pleads, you do not let MJF out of that contract, because that is the worst thing you could do. And
I mean, if I'm Tony like, listen, I am not renegotiating his contract right now. I would stick to my guns, dude. You are the boss. This is a top talent, yes. Mm-hmm. But I honestly, like, you still need to show your authority that you are in charge of this company. Yeah. The inmates do not run the asylum. Mm-hmm. But you don't also discredit MJF's points. Like, you tell him, you just got to do, you're right, but.
Yeah.
Like, that's what Tony has to do here. Because MJF can't go anywhere. And you don't fire him, you use him. Because he's a huge asset.
Yeah.
And you reason with him, like, okay, MJF, like, if you're gonna be this hard about it, then like I have to take you off TV, and that's not gonna be good for your stock or my stock. So let's let's be transparent here.
Yeah, the last thing you want is a disgruntled employee that's not under your payroll anymore.
Yes. Oh, yes.
That's why.
For sure.
That's why Mustafa stayed. You know, that's literally why Mustafa stayed. It's better that you have control of that disgruntled employee than the disgruntled employee out on its own, doing and saying whatever the fuck they want. So if Tony is smart here, you keep MJF, if he's kicking and screaming, and at some point you're going to have to compromise. You have 2 years to compromise. If you keep him under contract, I want to see what WWE counters. I'd be interested to know if WWE would offer to buy out his contract.
Who, MJF?
Yeah.
I'd just be like, no. Like, can AEW just be like, no?
I don't know the specifics on contract negotiations of that magnitude, but I'm wondering, is that a viable option on the table if WWE wanted him that badly? Be like, we will offer to buy out your contract from AEW.
Could the Yankees just be like, hey, DeGrom, I know you're not making like crazy money. Mm-hmm. How about we just buy out your contract and bring you in like now? Could they do that?
I don't know.
Because here's the thing: like, if you're making like $30 million on a 5-year deal, that's $150 million total. Mm-hmm. And say you're in the second year of the contract, the Yankees have to pay like $120 million plus.
Potentially,
right?
Depending if it's balanced evenly, because you can front load and back load contracts as well.
Oh, you can?
Mm-hmm. Do it in the NBA all the time.
I didn't know that. So if they're making like let's say $60 million over 4 years, they could do like $10 million 1 year, like $5 million the next year, and like that.
Yeah, the contracts don't have to be even. It's across all sports. It happens in the NFL a lot too. Well, you'll make a majority of your money at the beginning of your contract, and then when you get older and potentially your skills decline, you're making a little bit less.
Yeah, I would probably do it the other way around. Like, listen, like I want my money.
If you're young, the smart thing is you backload that contract.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Because, dude, at that point, shit, man, I'm just getting paid to be hurt. You know what I mean? Like, at that point in your career, you want to make the most money in your career when you can actually spend it.
Yeah.
So, when you're not playing.
So, like I said, if I'm wondering how... Because WWE's made plays for tons of people. They made plays for the Bucks and the Elite. They were gonna bring the Elite's YouTube show over to WWE Network. Like, that was on the table years ago. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that WWE offering to buy out MJF's contract, if we are that high on him, is probably being talked about within the inner workings.
I mean, they're gonna make a
monster play for him.
A big, huge play for him.
They're make a monster play, and I would put him directly on. I mean, I know you'd want him on Raw, but I'd put him on SmackDown.
Dude, put him wherever. You can literally put him wherever the fuck you want. This as long as it's not NXT.
Yeah.
Like, he can go Raw, SmackDown. He can do both. It honestly, it don't matter where he goes. He's going to be a massive star.
Yeah.
I wonder what he wants.
I do too.
Like, we can speculate all day where he have a better career. But is he... This is kind of a test of Maxwell Friedman, like the guy, because he strikes me as that kid who dreamed about main eventing WrestleMania.
I get that same vibe.
And I think he's one of those fans where at the end of the day he knows WWE is the place where you got to go to make yourself a name for yourself in this business, regardless.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, that's always going to be the case.
Yeah, and that's it's very similar to what Hulk Hogan said years ago about Kenny Omega when AEW was, about to be a huge thing. Hulk was like, you can be the best in the world at all these different feds and different leagues, but you can make your name in WWE, you're sold. Like you're a made man. You're an absolutely made man, and I think and we said this after in our post WrestleMania show. MJF saw what they did for Cody.
Yeah. Although I would still consider Kenny a made man. Because I have no doubt in my mind that he would make it in WWE.
I do too, and there is some uniqueness to the greatest person never to wrestle in WWE shtick.
Yeah.
There is some kudos to that, and at some point down the road, WWE will acknowledge that because they've done that with other past wrestlers before, but have never wrestled and made the Hall of Fame. So there is some credence to being the best ever to never perform in WWE and still being able to make that much of a worldwide connection with wrestling fans.
I think the Bucks have made men as well.
Yeah,
but other than that, like Jay Lethal, please.
No.
even Hangman, please.
Yeah, it's we
AJ was another, but then he went over and just made himself anyway.
Yeah, he was like, okay, I'll just do this again. Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting what's gonna happen in the weeks leading. I would say in the latter half of this year, in the next 6 months, with the MJF situation. Is he still around? Do they suspend him indefinitely? Do they pull that fucking dumbass card? Do they release him from his contract? Like, where's because MJF's not on Dynamite as we know right now. So the question is, where does MJF show up next? What is his demeanor like? I mean, I'm comparing this like when we follow Aaron Rodgers or LeBron James in free agency. This is a huge topic right now because wherever he lands after this whole thing is going to shape the landscape of pro wrestling and sports entertainment in America, at least.
If they take him off TV, that is the biggest mistake they can make.
I agree.
Like, you got to work something out here. Like, you have to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's on MJF too.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, bro, you are the hottest thing right now. You need to be on TV. You got to keep your stock up. The pressure is on you.
He's got to keep his brand. He has to realize he's a guy in power.
So, like, you need to compromise as well. TK, you got to figure it out. MJF, you probably got to lower your expectations a little bit for right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's I think, the compromise they have to make here. For the sake of business.
For the sake of the brand. Like, it's because...
Fuck that. For the sake of business.
Mm-hmm. Well, the brand is the business. That's what I meant. Like, the brand being AEW. Not the brand being MJF.
But MJF is thinking... But MJF, too, for the sake of his business.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got to show he can work from this. And, take it from CM Punk. CM Punk said all that shit about McMahon and stuff. They still worked it out in the final hour, and he got what he wanted.
And look, the one thing I don't think WWE has to worry about is oh my God, is he difficult to work with? Because they'll be like, no, this is how you're actually doing it, though.
Yeah.
Like, they know how to, they're like, no, we're in charge. Don't forget that.
Yeah. They.
Oh, you thought we were negotiating.
Oh, no. It's not a negotiation. This is a dictation. This is what you're going to do.
Yeah. What do you think this is?
Yeah, so MJF situations and ongoing situations will be continually monitoring. So let's move on to this. Another big switch of events last night on Raw. or a couple nights ago on Raw, Judgment Day said they had a new member. The new member happened to be without any pop-up circumstance or anything that happened in Hell in a Cell, was Finn Balor. He just walked out and like, hey, I'm here. And Finn Balor's big thing is like, we're tired of people telling us what to do, and now we're going to switch things up, and we just got to eliminate one person. That's you, Edge, which took me by surprise as much as everybody else. So Edge, the leader of Judgment Day, the creator of Judgment Day, Edge, just after a couple of weeks, is out of Judgment Day, and Finn Balor is the new leader of Judgment Day, which gives me a lot of Bullet Club vibes, to be honest with you. And I don't know what to think of it.
This is the best thing that could have ever happened to Finn Balor. He's
in charge again.
This fits so much better. This is best case scenario for everybody. This is best case scenario for Damian. This is best case scenario for Rhea. Mm-hmm. This is best case scenario for Finn. And Edge, he's forever over. It doesn't even matter. He could face Cena next, and it would be awesome.
I want him and Cena again. I want to see them. I want to see them go at it for shits and gigs.
Right? I doubt it, because I think Edge wants to use his few matches left on younger guys, which is great. But Edge was overshadowing Damian and Rhea, and it was a little obvious. Finn's not going to overshadow them. Finn's going to work with them. It's a little more, the power dynamic's a little more balanced.
Okay.
And I think in terms of it's a little more balanced. And in terms of talent, it's a little more balanced. Edge, this was the Edge show.
Yeah.
When Edge shouldn't be the focus. The focus should be the two people behind Edge.
What sucks because I really want them to keep that new Edge theme, because that Edge theme was really good.
It is really good. But now that's a good question. You did just sacrifice Edge. What does he do for me? That could be our future shot.
I don't know. I didn't even have a future shot because we had just so much other stuff.
It can be that.
We can do it right now. He becomes a sympathetic babyface if they're going to be a heel faction, which they are a heel faction. But then again, who does Edge? When do we see Edge again? I was reading a really, really, really rough rumor that they switched out because they wanted Judgment Day to become more supernatural, and Edge was like, no. Like, I'm not doing we're not doing supernatural shit. I just made fun of The Undertaker a couple weeks ago. Like, we're not doing supernatural shit. And that's why the switch was made. I like the switch being made because it was shocking, because I didn't see it coming. I was like, oh.
I didn't see it coming.
I was like, Edge is out? Oh, okay.
It's honestly great twist.
Yeah.
Great twist.
Yeah, it was one of those things where they told you what was going to happen and you still didn't see it coming. They're like, we're tired of being told what to do. And that's what stuck in my head after Damian Priest clotheslined Edge. What does Edge do from here? I mean, anything he wants. He can come back and be like, you know what, fuck them. I'm going to go for Money in the Bank. Like, Edge in the Money in the Bank ladder match would be amazing. That's where I'd like to see him next. He's not winning Money in the Bank.
I think, since Cody's out, he has to win.
Could you imagine Edge cashing in on babyface Cody when he wins the title?
Dude, okay, here's what I want to happen. I want him to be in Money in the Bank. Lita comes out with the thong and helps him win. Lita can run us off the ladders. We have 2006 Lita come out and just she used to do at WrestleMania with Spike Dudley.
Yeah.
And then Edge wins and they're just making out so hard on the top of that ladder.
And you just got a mean Beth Phoenix in the crowd.
No, she's crying. That's managed. No, mean Beth Phoenix would be better. But that's what I want. That would be great.
I would love to see another Ultimate Opportunist Edge for a Money in the Bank run. I think that would be really cool.
This day, I see clearly. You know what they gotta do? He's supposed to here's what they do. So for the next few weeks,
because it's a shame, because I was enjoying this broodier, no pun intended, this darker Edge. It was growing on me. I was like, he's doing a really good job.
Dude, we're gonna have happy Corbin, sad Corbin all over again. It's just gonna be Edge going around. He's still gonna be evil. He's gonna try and recruit new people, and it's just he recruits Santino, and then he fires Santino. That's the only person he can get is Santino. And then
if they signed Santino for a dumbass run like that, I'd be so happy.
He's just sad. He can't form a new group. He enters Money in the Bank. He's all sad. And then mid-match, he just goes crazy, wins the Money in the Bank. We just hear, on this day, I see clearly. It's a double turn in the match. And then we just get rated R superstar.
Tony Chemmel comes
I
out.
see clearly.
Tony Chemmel comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, like Mike Rome star. You see Tony Chemmel go, no, like he's Paul Heyman. Edge.
Oh my god.
That's what needs to happen.
Oh, we're gonna have a Forbidden Door watch party, Will, because according to Mr. French, breaking news again, Adam Page has challenged Kazuchika Okada to a one-on-one match at Forbidden Door.
That's fun.
So it's gonna be the battle of the clotheslines. Rainmaker versus the Buckshot Lariat.
Nice.
Who has the better clothesline? Oh, I love it. That's a good secondary match for Adam Page, even though you should have been the Eliminator Interim Championship tournament. But I like it. Yeah, but back to Judgment Day and stuff. All right, here's the thing. Edge is out. Did they still add a fourth member, or are you keeping this trio as is?
For what?
Judgment Day, yeah.
There is four of them.
No, there's three.
Sorry, there's three.
So do you continue? Do you add another?
No. I honestly don't think so. I don't think you need it. Like, what would Ciampa add, really? Like, unless it's my idea with Corey Graves and he just stays on commentary.
Mm-hmm.
That's the like you gotta if you're gonna add someone else, it needs to be creative.
Yeah.
Like it can't just be another wrestler.
Gotcha. Corey would be interesting. That'd be very, very interesting.
Goth Michael Cole.
Goth Michael. Michael Cole's been doing this for 25 years. Shout out to him. Congratulations, Michael Cole.
Dude, I love Michael. I honestly, dude, Michael Cole is greater than JR. I'll say
he's a professional's professional.
Yeah, I've loved Michael Cole since I started. When I would start watching wrestling,
when he was backstage reporter, Michael Cole.
No, I started wrestling when he was on SmackDown.
You missed.
He was the voice. He was the voice of SmackDown.
You missed backstage reporter Michael Cole. That's what.
Oh no, I have seen all of 1998. He's there with his terrible facial hair.
And what is it? The blonde tips.
No, that's later. I missed. I have not seen blonde tips.
The Rock used to annihilate him.
Dude, Michael Cole. I cannot wait for Michael Cole's Hall of Fame speech.
It's gonna be so good.
Who inducts Michael Cole?
Jerry Lawler, because
probably Jerry Lawler.
Because Michael Cole literally saved his life.
That did happen.
Yeah. Which, if you ever listen to Michael Cole's recount of that, it is brilliant how he maintained a show and also called for medical help at the same time.
Yeah. Although I do think Pat McAfee would also do a great job inducting Michael Cole.
Pat would be great. That would be really great. But let's move on to the show. So let's keep Judgment Day as is. Speaking of Judgment Day, we had a fatal four-way to figure out who would go up against Bianca in that main event, and then lo and behold, we all got what we wanted. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Money in the Bank. I think this is a match made in fucking heaven. I also think this match is going to a dusty finish at Money in the Bank. But I like these two together.
It's got to go to SummerSlam, right?
You have Money in the Bank July 2nd, SummerSlam's July 31st. Yeah. We're getting the real match. My opinion is we're getting the real Bianca versus Rhea at SummerSlam. That's at least how I would book it. Something funky happens at Money in the Bank. They run it back for SummerSlam, and that's how you make this a huge match. Absolutely mega match, like can't miss for SummerSlam in Tennessee in the stadium.
Like,
absolutely.
Like, dude, there's who else could she face?
That could equal her. Charlotte's not around, so
yeah.
So it's gotta be Rhea.
Who does Ronda face?
Charlotte again. Who fucking cares? I haven't seen Ronda's not even on TV.
Yeah, dude, SmackDown's hard to watch.
Without your top two champions, yes. Yes. And Riddle's running the show, essentially.
Dude, poor Riddle. Talk about out of the conversation.
Yeah. Oh, well. Apparently Wardlow wants one of the TNT titles. Okay, Wardlow, cool, whatever.
Apparently, only Randy was over. It was just Randy the whole time.
Yeah,
That momentum didn't carry over for Riddle
at all.
I mean, it was just they didn't have the match. If they had the match in the storyline, it probably would have. But
Yeah.
it was just so abrupt, dude. It's so sad.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying. He held his own with the Miz segment, which was kind of funny. But Bianca and Rhea, I like this a lot.
I'm about it.
I'm about it, especially if if Rhea gets a win as a Judgment Day person, she's the first one with a title at Judgment Day. Like, this also ties into like how powerful Judgment Day can be. I mean, if they all end up going for some big titles, then you have a really good faction here. But they end up just like losing or something, so then you've got an issue. But it is what it is. Real quick, as we move forward, I do want to recap a little bit of NXT In Your House. We're just going to roll through some stuff. Not really that many big changes. Mandy Rose probably wrestled her best match ever. Maintained her title. Toxic Attraction maintained their tag titles, unfortunately. We have new tag team championships in the Creed Brothers. And Braun Breaker won, surprisingly enough. Big things happening on NXT this past week. Obviously, Roxanne Perez, also formerly known as Roxy, she was the first ever Woman of Honor, Ring of Honor Women's Champion. She now has won the first ever NXT Women's Breakout Tournament. She goes by the name of Roxanne Perez. You're probably going to be hearing a lot from her. And so, Will, are you ready to laugh, sir?
Is this the girl who wears like pajamas?
No, that's Wendy Chu, who was Tien Shaw. When Xia Li
what am I laughing at?
You're not laughing at Roxy because she's a cool chick. You're laughing at the newest member to Work Tuesdays officially. Are you ready?
Oh, Jesus.
Are you ready?
Jinder Mahal.
No. Apollo Crews.
Dude, is he Smiley Apollo again?
Yes, he doesn't even have the accent anymore.
No, he doesn't. Wow! Is it the old music too?
No. It's a little.
Oh, you're telling me Apollo.
It's still a yelling Apollo. Yeah.
Oh my dude! What a fucking! I forgot. Wow.
Yeah, it was a surprise to me too when I was watching. I was like, Apollo's back in NXT. So he comes out.
I would have preferred Jinder. No shit. I was like, that's cool.
He comes out during Braun Breaker's little speech saying like, hey, I'll see you down the road. I'm just happy to be back in NXT. You know, when I left for the main roster, I left a lot of things undone here in NXT. Because if you remember Apollo's run in NXT, it was very short.
Way too short.
They skyrocketed him up to the main roster, which when you look at him and all that he could do, beside like take the promos out of it, from an athletic perspective, he's built for the main roster. Like, he's a great look and a great guy for the main roster. He just can't connect to a crowd, which is a shame because when he was like the Nigerian prince, he was connecting really well to the crowd.
I'll never forget in like 2014 or later than that, 2015 when I signed him. Christian told me, dude, Uha Nation, he's gonna be the first black WWE champion. Like, I promise you.
Yeah, we missed the boat on that one.
I'm just like, yeah, Christian, great call. No, he isn't. You see how tall he is. He's like Bobby Lashley's kid.
That's a great analogy. That is a great analogy. So,
like, not even younger brother, kid,
yeah,
child.
I like this. Besides, I would have loved him to come back as a Nigerian prince. Like I said, I think that was a great heel move for him. But
it was so stupid.
But I liked it.
So
it was good. It gave him something besides just happy to be there, Apollo. I like the fact that he's here because he never really had an NXT run, and it kind of shows in the history of NXT that outside of a couple of superstars, if you don't have a run in NXT in some way, shape, or form, you don't really do that great on the main roster your first couple of years. Some people get lucky. Like a Lacey Evans, who was just really good her first couple of years on the main roster.
Where has she been?
I don't know, because she was advertised last week to do her first match back, and then they didn't do that.
Dude, are they repackaging her again?
I really hope not. Just let the woman wrestle. But But like like I said, people who have runs usually do well. The exception being like fucking Bobby Roode.
Womp
Yeah,
womp.
right. So I'm interested to see what he does there. But it's interesting. So Apollo Crews, Apollo, it's on NXT.
That's really sad. Dude, his picture looks great. Look at that lens flare.
No, the lens player is great. Like he looks like $1 million. He looks like he just got off a plane. To be honest with you, they're like, hey, come to PC. So we'll see what happens here with him. It gives a little bit more intrigue to the men's division, especially because Carmelo Hayes got the North American title back. And if there's a match that I want to see while he's there, I would love to see Apollo versus Carmelo Hayes.
I will say though, dude, he was really good at that Nigerian accent. Yeah, he nailed it.
Yeah, no, it was great. I was.
Someone says, "It's like, is that really how you talk?" It's like, is this the real you? Like for real, I actually believe you.
No, I think he is born in America, but I think he probably has very, I guess, Nigerian relatives.
I think he was born in Cali.
No, Georgia, Stone Mountain is where he's built from.
Apollo Crews. His name is. Was born in Sacramento, California.
Oh, it's Cali, really?
Bam. Yeah, he's 34. Still a baby.
Yeah, he's got time.
Dude, Sesug Uha.
Hence the Uha name, so I would call him Apollo, too.
So Apollo Crews is a great name.
Yeah.
It is Apollo Creed and Terry Crews. Fuck yeah. What? That's like a quintessential wrestler name.
And here's the thing with Apollo, too. Now that he's in the PC, because remember, he was in NXT for like a cup of coffee and then they brought him back up. Now he's going to have time to be in Orlando and to be in the PC and use their facilities and get some promo work done, get some feedback from people. You know what I mean? Where he can actually use those things that he probably never got a chance to because they're like, you're so good, you're going to Raw right after WrestleMania.
Yeah. I mean, his promos, his Nigerian promos were actually pretty solid.
I loved his Nigerian promos.
The crowd just didn't care.
Yeah, what happens to Commander Aziz? Does he go back to Baba Tunde?
Baba Booey?
I hope so.
Dude, him and Omos just need to form a tag team and it's be called Jesus.
With a G. Geezus. Jesus.
Jesus. That's what their team name needs to be. Just the fuck?
They'd be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh man. So yeah, I hope Apollo Crews does well. We'll see what goes from here, but I think that's all we have this week. It's been a wild week in wrestling. Like, this is one of the wilder weeks that we've discussed with people wrestling with like one arm to injuries to one hell of a promo again by MJF. It's been a week.
Yeah, dude. I think I need an ass.
And AEW's opening up a 5th title. Like, if you're gonna sell some of these titles, get some money back from these titles or something. Like,
yeah, I'm surprised they didn't call it the TNTBS title. The TNTBS title.
TNTBS.
They're totally not the TBS title.
That'd be great. Or they call it like the TNA title. Oh.
Total nonstop ass. Bubble butt.
Bubble butt.
Bubble butt. But is that like when you had the title, your new theme song is just bubble butt.
Yeah, right.
Bubble butt. The occasional Sir Mix-a-Lot on pay-per-view.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing. So yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. So go to this post show because I have Obi-Wan and I have a Marvel show to watch. So without further ado, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to episode number 295 of the Kings of the Rings podcast. 5 more episodes until 300. Oh, we need to start planning. I'm your host, King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets, BIGZ, Ambassador Biggs, including TikTok now. Find the Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Discord, on Twitch, and now officially on TikTok as well. Like, share, subscribe, leave us some 5-star reviews wherever you listen or watch your podcast, and you can find us by subscribing to Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast, home to us Kings of the Rings podcast, as well as the Fretzelmania podcast, the Young Lions Perspective podcast, and the brand new Brace for Impact podcast, hosted by our very own friend, returning to the brand, Nate, the effing great, the game changer themselves. And follow Wrestle Addict Radio social media at addict_wrestle on Twitter, and Wrestle Addict Radio on Facebook, on Instagram, and also, yes, on TikTok as well. The links to all of that stuff is in the description below, including links to our merchandise where we are selling Protect Trans live shirts for all of Pride Month and maybe a little bit more after. Shout out to K Murphy, who cannot be with us this week at all. Willie T.
Yeah, man. I'm over here vibing. It's my second podcast today. The other podcast I did was live in, not live. I'm not going to lie, it wasn't live. It will be live, but it will be live in studio in Montclair, New Jersey, where I did a Talk with Tashik podcast where I had a giant list of questions and we asked the most important questions. Ricky, are you ready for these questions?
I'm ready.
One of these questions was, what purpose do geese serve? And where did Goosebumps get their name? And the most important one, did OJ do it?
Ah, okay.
All those questions and more were answered on the Talk with Tashik podcast.
I've got answers to at least 2 of the 3 of them. And if you want to hear those answers, because I have some questions for you, because I did boy band trivia. I hosted boy band trivia last week at a bar.
Fuck me.
So I'm going to
I'm not going to do well.
questions for you. So you want to be part of our boy band trivia and other random questions on our post show, please join us right now and stay on this stream. And for those of you guys that are listening to the show, we're going to be going for now. So until next week, goodbye, good night, and AEW, please do not come out with another title by the end of next week. And we will see you soon. If there is going to be another title, it's going to be called the Fuck Slack title, because fuck you, Slack.
Fuck you, Slack.
See you on the post show, folks.
Midnight music.
Welcome to our Off the Rails post show, which has already begun, folks. I'm your host, King Ricky Rose. Swear, we get a copyright claim for this fucking song.
Maybe. Who knows? Was it? There's no money to take, bitches.
What have I missed since we've been gone? Fretch has dropped some more Tip of the Crown stuff.
Yankees are losing.
That sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it's inevitable, right? They got to lose at least one.
Wow. Matt Ritter. Shout out to Matt Ritter from Smack of the Raw podcast with a hot take. He says, Julia Hart looking like she got a cast in the Cruel Intentions remake.
Ooh, baby.
So Will Ospreay is on. Who the fuck is that? I don't know, man. Fred's put up there. Okada has to face Jay White, and then if Okada beats Jay White, he'll go up against Hangman Page. So the Yanks are losing. The NBA Finals are on, which I missed. Which I'm missing. Although the finals have been fucking great so far. Miss Marvel, I got that. Cooper Cup via. Are they losing that? How bad are the Yankees losing? Not too bad. Jesus Christ. So, Will, do you remember the wide receiver for the fucking Rams, Cooper Cup?
Yeah.
He just got a contract extension.
Well, dude, he's like the best. He's the reason I lost fantasy football.
Well, yeah, he led the league in touchdowns, receptions, and yards.
He led the league in the league.
He won the triple crown of receiving stats.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's also really hard to do. He got a 3-year contract extension, so now his contract is worth $110 million over 5 seasons.
Wow. Wow. That's a lot.
Oh, Yankees down 4-1. No fucking way. Even though this comes from a New York Post, I'm going to be very cautious about this headline that I'm reading on my phone. It says groundbreaking mRNA vaccine could help cure pancreatic cancer. Again, it's also coming from the Post, so I don't know how valid it is. Like, I know how valid mRNAs are, but let's see. Wow, that's such a Boston thing. Dude, you guys are pricks up in Massachusetts, aren't you?
Yeah, dude. What did Celtics do?
No, it said so they were warming up because the game started like a half hour ago. So they were trying to warm up for the basketball game with the war. It says Warriors Game 3 warm-ups were paused after players complained about the basket height. They apparently made the basketball hoop too high. I was like, that's such a Boston move, you fucking pricks. Minnesota scored again. They're down 5-1, Yanks. All right, so these questions for you. Do we have answers to this?
Answers to what?
Your questions.
Oh, it's just whatever you like. What mean? What purpose do geese serve?
I think
like,
it has
whatever
to
you
do
want.
something with
I actually do know the answer, but they was just like, they exist solely to annoy me and to poop everywhere. But their actual purpose.
It's something with the grass.
Like, what they do in the ecosystem is they spread seeds.
Yeah, okay. I knew it had to do something with like the grass and fertilization and some shit.
Yeah.
What was the second one?
How did Goosebumps get their name?
That I have no clue at all.
So, it's actually a 1360s German philosopher named Victor von Goosebump. and his daughter was sick.
Yeah.
And she noticed he had these bumps in her arm.
Mm-hmm.
And she had like a cold. So when he warmed her up, the goosebumps went away. And he went, "Egad! Goosebumps!"
Jesus.
That's not really. That's what I came up with the top.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
The actual recording.
I'm on my Twitter really quickly, and someone said, what did they say? They said, I love the Hardy Boys. I loved the Hardy Boys when they could move around with the ring without looking like they have 4 broken hips and knees. Please respectfully retire. Let's see. Looks like the Celtics are up big.
I hope they win.
I want to see the Warriors get it again. They're just so much fun to watch. Plus, I hate it when Boston anything wins. It's the worst ever. Like, it is the absolute worst. Oh yeah, and so the third question. Oh yeah, OJ did it. I can guarantee you, OJ did it.
Of course he did it. But no, like my whole thing was like, did he do it? Honestly, it doesn't matter. The jury didn't care. He could have stood on the desk and said, "I did it," and they would have let him go.
Yeah, it was such a hack job.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the craziness and kind of the glory of our justice systems. Like you could do a crime, and the jury can just be like, "No, you're free."
One of the jurors came out they're like, yeah, we did the decision because of what they did to Rodney King. This is payback.
And I think a jury of your peers, they're allowed to make that decision. That's, in my mind, that's justice.
Yeah, it's you haven't watched the documentary yet, have you?
No.
That doc is like, even if you wanted payback, you couldn't deny the evidence. It was such a bad job by the prosecution. Like, oh my god. Like, this was, like, for all intents and purposes, this should have been a fucking layup, Will. Like, it should have been a layup of a case. That's how bad the prosecution was. Oh my god. It was unreal. But yeah, when you do get a chance, watch that, like, 5-part documentary. It is, so good.
I know. I've been really hardcore into Naruto Shippuden. So that's
really?
that's all I've been watching. It's so incredible.
Oh my god. I know a couple of Naruto people.
Dude, I've also been on a hard, and I mean hard, Assassin's Creed kick.
Really?
I beat Syndicate in like 2 weeks.
Nice.
And I heard that game was poopy. I actually really enjoyed it.
What, Syndicate?
Yeah, like I thought it was way better than Unity. And then I started playing Origins, and my god,
Origins is such a huge game.
that game, because they change everything about that game.
Oh yeah, because the fighting style completely changes.
The fighting style is completely different. Like the leveling up is completely different. The equipment's really, everything's super different. Everything is different. The game's beautiful, and I liked how they did the animus, like the codex.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, you don't want to read? Here's a tour. We will read it to you.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, oh, this is so cool. The game is, and I love Egypt.
Yeah, they really did ancient Egypt so good in that game.
Like going around Alexandria and just dunking on everyone's really cool.
Or doing like the tower about the lighthouse in Alexandria. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, dude, the game's so much fun. And I don't know why. I'm like the one person who actually still cares about the story outside the Animus.
Because you forget about it because you're always in the Animus.
Yeah, but it's just like dude, I was on Team Desmond, dude. I don't know what to tell you. When they killed off Desmond, I was like, well, this sucks.
Also, by the way, speaking of video games, you heard about PlayStation's pricing and shit, right?
What do they do now?
So they made it more like they made it more Game Passy, but not too much. I'll explain to you in a second as I'm going through my emails. They had talked about it for a couple of months now. Because PlayStation just had a big little games reveal. Like Resident Evil 4 is coming out for PS5 in next year.
They're upping the graphics and everything.
Mm-hmm. And
that game was fun. I'm not gonna lie, and I did enjoy that game.
And
on the 360.
And Street Fighter 6.
Oh no way!
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, fuck.
That's pretty good. Dude, I won my first game of Mario Party the other day.
Congratulations,
dude! It was a big moment, a big milestone for me. I also never had a GameCube growing up, so I didn't play that often.
Okay.
So it's not like I played every Friday with like my friends.
You never played like N64's Mario Party, like one of the original?
No, dude. My first game system was a PS2. And I didn't have that one friend with a GameCube. I just didn't have that friend.
Okay.
I guess all my friends came from money.
So on June 13th, like next Tuesday or some shit, or next Monday actually, PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus are gonna merge.
That's smart.
To become PlayStation Plus, and it's gonna be a tiered system.
Also smart.
Okay, so PlayStation Plus, there's 3 systems. It's the tiers are Essential, Extra, and Premium. With Essential, which is the plan that I would be on, obviously $60 a month. They're the only ones who do like $9.99 a month, $24.99 every 3 months, or $60 for a year. So with Essential, you get the same benefits of PlayStation Plus. Get today Sunset's monthly downloadable games, exclusive discounts and content, cloud storage, online multiplayer, share play, game help for PS5 only, and the PlayStation Plus collection, which is the PS5 only thing as well. Like the PlayStation Plus collection essentially is like, oh, here's all of our classic games, like God of War, and all of the shit that we made a lot of money off on PlayStation 4 for fucking free. That's the PlayStation Plus collection.
Dude,
Like that's how I played Detroit Become Human.
I love God of War. I only played the first one because I have a
Ragnarok hasn't
PS2.
come out yet, so.
Well, no, I can buy the fourth God of War 4 on Steam. The newest one, but I tried. I beat the first one on my emulator.
Yeah.
I made it through like 65% of the second one, and the game had a glitch, and there's nothing I can do.
Damn, dude.
I can't finish God of War 2, and then God of War 3 came out on PS3, so I can't play God of War 3.
All right, so get this. So the middle tier, so the first tier is $60 every year if you go that route. The middle tier is PlayStation Plus Extra. It's all the benefits of Essential, as well as access to a game catalog which contains up to 400 PS4 games. 400 PS4 and PS5 games, including Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Red Dead Redemption 2, Demon's Souls, NBA 2K22, Spider-Man, and Spider-Man Miles Morales. The pricing on this is $14.99 a month, $39.99 every 3 months, or $99.99 every year.
So I did see at the Spider-Man games that come into PC.
Yes, it is.
Spider-Man and Miles Morales.
That was part.
That's gonna be fun.
That was part of their announcement as well. And have you seen the new Spider-Man that the next Spider-Man? It's gonna be Miles Morales and Peter Parker teaming up against Venom.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
Yeah, and so then so I'm probably gonna upgrade to the extra one because it's $100 every fucking year, and I can't fucking beat that. Like, I wish Xbox Game Pass did, like, a year subscription thing. Like, I just paid one fee per year, like I do for, I don't know, like Amazon.
Yeah. No, they like literally like everyone does.
Yeah. So then PlayStation Plus Premium, which is their most expensive one, which is $17.99 a month, $49.99 every 3 months, or $119.99 every 12 months. Provides all the benefits of Essential and Extra, but also adds up to 340 additional games in the Classics catalog, which means selected PS3 games via cloud streaming, such as Ratchet & Clank, Rain, Castlevania. Enjoy games from the original PlayStation, PS2, and PSP generations, including Tekken 2, Jak 3, and Borderlands. Cloud streaming access to most PS4 titles in the game catalog, and time-limited game trials for selected new titles, including Horizon Forbidden West, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves, and Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
I'm not gonna lie. I liked Xbox better. Like I liked the Xbox 360 more than I liked my PS4.
The 360 was a perfect system outside of the Red Ring of Death.
It was the perfect system, but I'm glad I got the PS4 over the Xbox One. But I will say I like PS4's or PlayStation's properties a lot better.
Yeah, they've had time to build their properties, and Microsoft is kind of starting to build their properties.
Yeah, like Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter, Crash, like all the PS exclusives. Where I just think we're way better. Mm-hmm. Like I think I love Halo. I love Gears. But I grew up on that shit, and I still think it's better.
Yeah. Here's the also interesting thing, which is the reason I might actually just jump up anyways. Your subscription fee will not increase, and your payment dates will not change unless you choose to make changes yourself to your subscription plan or payment frequency. You will keep any stacked subscription times you've already paid for. After the transition is complete, you can easily upgrade to a higher benefits plan at any time. To do so, you'll just need to pay the difference between your existing plan and the plan you want to move up to, adjusted for the remaining time in your payment cycle.
Oh. Cool.
So essentially, I get a fucking discount once I move up.
Ryback is the dumbest.
You love that.
Dude, I love Ryback memes. I am a big sucker for Ryback memes. I get them from the Matmen Facebook group. And scroll through, like, oh, that's pretty funny. Like any wrestling meme I post, I steal it from Facebook.
Yeah, very savage over there.
Dude, wrestling Facebook is like they no holds barred over there, man.
Yeah, you want to do some boy band trivia?
No, but okay.
Okay. Question 1. What boy band's group name translates to Bulletproof Boy Scouts?
One of the Korean ones.
The only Korean one? Well,
Sure.
BTS. I don't think they're Korean, though.
Aren't they like South Korean?
I don't know, actually. No. I don't remember. Question 2. What top-selling Philadelphia-based vocal boy group was originally called Unique Attraction?
Oh, that's NSYNC.
No, NSYNC's not from Philadelphia.
Whatever.
Boys to Men is.
Close. I should have known that. You're from Philly. God damn it. That's a good name. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
80s heartthrob and singer Richard Marx wrote what ballad for NSYNC? You wouldn't know.
I don't know any. I don't know any.
That'd be this, I promise you.
I'm not a teenage girl or a girl in my early 40s. All right, like, it's just that's not who I am.
Name the title of the Backstreet Boys' greatest hits CD.
Back to the hits. All right.
Nope, Chapter 1, but close.
No, it wasn't.
You should know this one. What boy band was Nick Lachey the lead singer of?
Nick Lachey.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that One Direction?
No, 98 Degrees.
I've never heard of 98 Degrees.
What?
Like Fahrenheit or?
Yeah, it was literally 98 Degrees. That was, yeah. He dated Jessica Simpson, or married Jessica Simpson. Jesse McCartney got his started what boy band? It was Dream Street. Oh, do you remember the Hanson song Bop?
Bop, shim, dap, 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 boom,
Bop.
bop, yeah. Woo, bop, boop, boop.
How many times do they say Bop in the song?
That's a great question, actually. 75.
Oh no, a little bit outside. It was actually 17.
Wow. I'm dumb.
I'm trying to find questions you would know. Like, you don't know when the Jonas Brothers formed. That was 2005.
I would have guessed like 2011.
You might know this. You might be a little bit too young for this, but I remember this like it was yesterday. What artist joined NSYNC for their 2001 MTV VMA performance of the song Pop?
I don't know, dude.
Michael Jackson, actually. You may know you probably know this, but you've never heard it asked in this way. What dance commonly features the members of B2K? South Park made a spoof on this.
I have no idea.
You Got Served.
Let
me see. What boy band group stated in one of their biggest hits that they like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch?
All of them.
No, it's LFO. In terms of record sales, who's the most successful boy band of all time?
What was the question?
In terms of record sales, what is the most successful boy band of all time?
Oh, that's probably the Backstreet Boys.
It is the Backstreet Boys. Ooh, you may or may not know this one. Again, this is something from my youth. What was the name of 112's ultra sexy hit from 2001?
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll
that is
me.
Smash Mouth.
You goddamn right it is. They're a boy band. Come on now.
No, they were just a band.
Of boys.
112's hit was called Peaches and Cream.
Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches.
Wrong song. Wrong song. Let's see. You actually might know this. This will be something you... Which member of the Beatles was the first to go solo?
Oh, that was John Lennon.
That is correct. Then we had a bonus question, which was actually kind of surprising to me. You know, I should have known this. We actually gave away Backstreet Boys tickets. They're performing at Jones Beach.
I saw Tommy's TikTok.
Yeah. So, how many Backstreet Boys songs have gone to #1 on the Billboard charts?
Oh, 5.
No, the answer is actually 0. They've never had a Billboard #1. Can you imagine being the most successful boy band of all time and never getting a #1 song?
Yes, because you have a niche audience. And outside of that group, everyone hates you.
So I'm a new trivia guy. So we were gonna do trivia this week, but the fucking Rangers have to fucking play.
Are they winning?
No, they got their ass whipped yesterday.
So is it tied?
It's tied 2-2. Game 5's at the Garden. So, but we're looking to do like Harry Potter trivia and
God, dude,
Marvel
this question's
trivia.
on here twice.
What?
One of my questions on this giant list of questions I have on here twice.
So here's what I've talked Tommy into doing. I'm going to try to hold a wrestling trivia night.
Mm-hmm.
And have the bar buy tickets to Raw.
Yeah, tickets to the night before. That's Raw before SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great idea.
But I also thought about I was like, oh, okay, I could fucking, and I was like, we can use it to promote our brand too. I thought about it driving home. I was like, oh, we'll just co-sponsor it unofficially for like Wrestle Addict Radio and Kings of the Rings podcast. So that'd be a good idea as well. Who's texting me? Oh, Chippy NBA basketball. Who would have fucking known?
What's the one payment you'll never get a receipt for? Oh yeah, it's taxes. It's like, why the fuck did I write this question? To go on a rant about taxes. That's why. What are your thoughts on email?
Should be used more.
Do I love email?
Yeah.
Like I hate communicate. Okay, here's my real thoughts. I hate communicating via email. It's really annoying. However, like my email is low key a place where I store documents. Like I put things in my email. It's like if I'm trying to find something, let me check my email.
Yeah.
Like my email is so useful. Like if I ever need a picture of my license, it's in one of my emails.
That shit is where you can like just hide stuff.
Yeah, like I can get it on my computer or I can get it on my phone. It's just like I know where it is.
It's
very email's so useful. But for talking to people and like setting things up, God,
horrible. Yeah.
Or thank you. Like I have a policy. I don't send thank you emails.
Really?
It's like I'm not. Why would I clog up your inbox with something that's completely useless as just like a thank you? It's just like, dude, like nothing's worse. Like I see people with like hundreds and hundreds of unread emails. Like, let me save you the trouble of going through emails and just like just business. Like if I see you in person, I'll be like, yo, thanks for that in the email.
Okay, gotcha.
Like it's like we don't need courtesy emails. We need less sending of emails back and forth to each other.
Do you know what does get under my skin when people like I see people's email inboxes and there's like a bunch of unread emails. Like, why don't you read your email? Like, fucking read your email.
Yeah, dude. My email's open 24/7, and if I see one, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Don't show your face around here again. Nothing's worse than it annoys me. Nothing's worse than an unread email.
Yeah. It's absolutely terrifying. Wow.
What do we got, Frets?
No. So KOTR Sparta's coming up 300. Wow. Thank you for giving us a theme, Frets.
Sparta?
Yeah.
Like, I'm...
Spartans,
Marcus.
what is your profession? Hoot, hoot, hoot. That's 300.
Yeah, dude, but like none of us are in shape for that.
I didn't say we're gonna get in
Like-
shape for this shit.
I mean, like, we gotta look like Spartans, like have a cape and like just have abs.
I don't know. Should we just make it really bloody? And I don't know. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna find that scene where we kick the person into like the bottomless pit, essentially.
Well,
And we'll put slack space as the person we kick into the pit.
can we do This Is Lesbos from South Park instead, and just put Slack's face over the chick Garrison kicks in the nuts?
No, I like the original where we just kick Slack into the pit and he dies.
It's pronounced
LeBeau.
Oh, feather me, Darkseid. Oh, South Park, never change.
Please. It's called LeBeau.
Called
Lesbos.
This is Lesbos.
That would be fucking great. Ah, that's cute. Oh man, but yeah, I will. Well, shoot, I don't know. We got to talk about the Hall of Fame conversation, obviously, because someone's got to go into the fucking Hall of Fame.
Who? Oh, wait, for us?
Yeah, it's 300. You got to put someone in the Hall.
Oh shit! Money for the Marks is coming.
Yeah, that too. As well. Wait, all right, hold on. Let's plan this out for right now, because I got to look at the calendar. If we stay on track, that is, if we stay on track, which is 96. 97, 98. Money for the Marks will be our 92, 98. And then our 300 show will be in mid-July. So we can Hall of Fame it at Money for the Marks, but like 2 episodes later, it's 300.
Let's say for 300. We can make an exception for this.
Yeah, Hall of Fame should be Mance. It's debate. I have my ideas. It's not Slack.
Fuck no. We got Dave and Danny.
We have a lot of
who's
D's. Yeah, we have double D's.
Okay, we need another D. Mr. Death. Mr. Dreads. No, Dr. Frets. Frets, get your doctorate in 3 weeks. We can put you in. Do it in metaphysics. You can do it. It takes like 5 minutes online, like $30 American.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta find somebody. We gotta find a Hall of Famer. Like I said, I have my ideas, but it's a conversation we would kind of have to have off air.
Yeah, that has to be had offline. We can't we can't
Speculate.
We can't piss in the punch bowl
Yeah.
right now.
What I think I will do is I will start a campaign where we can go online and tag you like, who do you want us to put in the Hall of Fame and why?
Kurt Angle for favoriting one of my tweets in 2015.
Yeah, or we can put in Road Dogg for owning you on Twitter right before he got fired.
You could do that too.
Should we do a celebrity wing of people who've interacted with us on Twitter?
No, that's really pathetic. I'm not gonna lie.
The bad tipper. No, we're not putting Fabian Eichner in the fucking Hall of Fame, Pretz.
Oh, Fabian Eichner can go in the Hall of Hell, right?
Hall of Shame. Eddie, we're not putting Eddie Kingston in here. Although that'd be amazing, but we're not putting Eddie Kingston. Dude, what do we put? What if we nominated Christina? To be the first one to deny our Hall of Fame.
God, that'd be so funny. that would be so funny. Honestly, let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's just fuck it, dude. Let's just work her again. Like week before, we're actually rescinding the offer. We went into your past and dug up some mean tweets, and you got a lot to answer for. So, fuck.
Yeah, no, the 300 episode. How do you? I want to. I kind of want to make it like what we did 200. We'll see. Well, I'll start to get some people together. Maybe we'll get some shout outs and stuff like we did last time. No cameos this time because fuck that. Because also no one's on Cameo anymore.
Christian McLaughlin. Coming in hot. Lasted 9 episodes.
Had to complete the Valkyrie for Hall of Fame. I don't know about that. The Valkyrie had to complete the Valkyrie.
Dude, we can't do that. K Murphy's on the show. All right, that's cheating.
Yeah, we can't have a. We can't. I could say a living person. We can't have a current person. That's all of them.
Yeah, once one of us dies,
posthumously they're going in.
yeah, they'll go in. I'll be lucky to make it a 50. So you guys can put me on my 50th birthday.
There you go. Yeah, no, I got some ideas. Mance is an interesting discussion point, though.
Yeah. Sure. Makes sense.
Yeah. So is Skywalker.
That means she has to talk to me.
I can get her to talk to me.
Yeah, the point is that they come on the show, though. Right?
Yes, and the point is that they do come on the show.
All right, so if I'm going to be on the show, how is she going to be on the show without talking to me?
That's true.
Kay, tell Will he had a good point.
Or maybe, All right. So I have an idea because I think I know how we're gonna do this. We're gonna kill two birds with one stone. I think for money for the marks, we bring back, and we're gonna talk about this on air because I don't give a fuck, because I can also talk to her too. I think for money for the marks, we bring back Danny.
Sure.
And we play up a 300th episode and all of that stuff, and we talk about, obviously, money in the bank and all of that hot shit. And then we have a surprise for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And shit.
It's our anniversary show, so fuck it. Why not?
Yeah, Juneteenth. I mean, when's not the Juneteenth episodes, but yeah, 90. Where we're at right here is 95, 96, 97. Well, Juneteenth will be my 5-year anniversary.
5 years.
Podcast, some bullshit like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I got that day off. That Monday, the 20th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'll definitely talk to the powers that be. Yeah, I think we bring Hall of Fame Danny back for money for the marks. And then we kind of work from there. And then we'll get a big 300 poster. 300's coming. Bring in your shout outs, blah, blah, blah. Email us. Send us money. All of that.
Pay me.
Pay me.
Are you not entertained by my entertainment?
Also, what I found out as well, because I was on Spring, I put together Nate's store. Because he just took over Mance's old store. We can... And this is actually pretty feasible per year. Just put it up on our expense. I also got to just mark it out. For $25 a year, we can have our own shop domains.
What's the difference?
So you know how our thing is creator.spring, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It can be kotrshop.com.
Oh.
Instead of being click the link, I can be go to kotrshop.com for all your merchandise.
It is easier.
Yeah. And so you can have kotrshop.com, the YLP store, or you can even have a domain kotr.shop. How WWE has WWE .shop or whatever. And it's only $25 a month through Spring. Not $25 a year, my fault. I was wow,
what? For the year?
Yeah.
All right. if they're that dumb, sure.
Yeah, it's great. And then, but next thing is that obviously with .cards, I've been also working on TikTok integration. Now that we have that too, because I'm going to clip obviously our shows and shit. But yeah, I'm good off.
I hate TikTok. I hate it so much, but god damn it, it's so
It's
effective.
so fucking funny. I found the funniest video like my first day on TikTok. And it was right. It's the one I put up for boy band trivia too. It was fucking hysterical. It was like these animators who redid the scene from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where they had guys in line. I'll just play it for you, and I'll send it to you eventually. But it's so fucking funny. You ever watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
No,
It's really good, but just
dude, I just, it's not fair, but I just don't like Andy Samberg.
that is really unfair to Andy Samberg.
I just watched him on SNL. It's like I made up my mind. I do not like you.
All right, listen to this real quick.
Number one, could you please sing the opening to I Want It That Way?
Really? Okay. You are my fire,
Number two, keep it going.
the one desire.
Number three.
Believe when I say.
Number four.
I want it that way.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
Now number five.
I never wanna hear you say I want it that way.
Oh, chills. Literal chills.
It was number 5. Number 5 killed my brother.
Oh my god, I forgot about that part.
It was number 5. Number 5 killed my brother. I know it was a police.
Yeah.
That's fucking absurd. But really funny.
Oh my god, TikTok has had some gems. Like, someone who played Elmo. Like, this one is really funny.
Hey there, the person who sent you this wants to know, where the fuck do you want to go to eat? Where? Just pick something. Anything. Come on. Fuck.
Fucking Elmo. Wait, like I saw something the other day. It was the scene when I have the high ground, Anakin.
Yeah.
It's over. But it was voiced by SpongeBob and Patrick. Like SpongeBob was Obi-Wan and Patrick was Anakin. So when he was on fire, Patrick was just like, oh, And it's just the guy who voices SpongeBob and the guy who voiced Patrick on a Zoom call.
That's amazing.
With the Star Wars footage above it, and it was the funniest thing. It's like, it's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. It's Patrick going, oh, you underestimate my power.
Oh my god, that's
You try and if you can find it. It's so funny.
Oh, that's brilliant.
It's so good.
There's brilliant. Oh my god. Have you also seen the baseball team that like dances before the first pitch?
What?
That I'll send to you. That's fucking hysterical. You never seen that one?
No.
There's also the Grinch guy. The guy who dressed up as the Grinch just dances in random places.
Oh my god.
He's really fucking funny.
Dude, do you know who John Boy is?
No, I've heard it though.
So John Boy Media is a guy on YouTube, and he'll do a lot of really analysis of baseball. Like he did an analysis of remember the Yankees like destroyed that rookie pitcher from Detroit last week?
Yeah.
He was tipping pitches.
Really?
So this guy John Boy does a breakdown of how the Yankees figured it out.
Interesting.
And they like how it's crazy. There's another one. Remember like Joey Votto?
Yeah.
Who was mad at the Cubs?
Mm-hmm.
He does he does like these lip readings of like when David Ross comes out and got ejected, and the umpires wasn't paying attention to what happened. So he's just like, wait, you thought your guy got thrown out on purpose? And he's like, yeah. The umpire's like, nah, not buying it, no. And like he does a breakdown of all this shit. It's always like another one where it's like Soto is in a pitching battle with this dude from like Urias from LA.
Yeah.
And how he breaks it all down, it's like these guys are fucking genius.
That's right.
John Boy Media on YouTube. Look him up. He's incredible.
I've definitely gotta find that. Oh, so there's a TikTok I saw where they fucked with this friend's car. They put a harmonica in its tailpipe.
Oh my!
Do you want to hear what happens when he starts the car?
It's probably really annoying.
It's hysterical.
Hot cross bun.
Did you hear it?
No.
Oh, let's do it again. It's like a fucking power up in like Mario.
Oh my god, that's really funny.
I gotta send you a guy too. Well, it's called Offensive Jokes. It's like this, which you'll love. It's the last thing I'll leave you on. I'll send you a video, but it's like these two puppets. One's white and one's Hispanic, and they just do offensive jokes towards each other.
Love it. My favorite.
Look, man, I'm not joking today. No racist jokes. Okay, I agree. Diego, that's what you said last time, and then you immediately started making fun of white people.
Yeah, well, you were making fun of Hispanic people.
I know, and I apologize. I was wrong.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry too. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was just so stupid and ignorant.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It's not my fault. White people are better.
Yeah, I know. It was wait, what?
What?
What did you just say?
No, nothing. I was just apologizing.
Because it really sounded like you said white people are better than Hispanics.
No. Of course, I would never say that.
Oh, okay. Because that would be ridiculous. Because without Hispanics, you guys would have nothing.
So what's it like cleaning toilets for a living?
I don't know. What's it like going to Coachella every year and looking stupid?
Hispanic people are like the movie Batman vs Superman. Just not necessary.
That movie was just ridiculous.
Dude, it was so long, right?
Are you kidding me? I fell asleep during the trailers.
It was so bad.
Probably because a bunch of white people made it.
Shut the hell up, bro.
Did you see The Revenant?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, the director was Mexican.
Have you seen Forrest Gump?
Yeah, it's great.
Beautiful.
You know who's not beautiful?
Who?
Your next president, Donald Trump.
What do you call a building full of Mexicans?
What?
Jail.
That's hilarious. What do you call a building full of white people? Just a stupid building.
We have better technology.
We have better food.
Please. There's more to life than just taco.
Yeah, but there's more to life than just kale chips.
We have better TV.
We have better girls.
We have better music.
Are you kidding me? Every time I turn on the radio, I hear Taylor Swift complaining about high school boys. Isn't she like 45?
Whoa, don't talk shit about Taylor Swift. Come on. She's amazing. She's inspirational.
That's ridiculous. You know who's inspirational? Jennifer Lopez.
Why? Because she has a big butt?
That's exactly why.
Come on, we have great music.
No way.
Because I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. Sweet Caroline.
Inside out.
The song should start if you like pina coladas.
Pina coladas are Hispanic, you stupid son of a bitch.
All right, bro. Well, why don't we just do this? Why don't we just agree to disagree?
That's interesting.
You know what I mean? Like no more insults, but like for real, no more insults.
Fine, okay, whatever. No more insults.
Let's just go get something to eat.
Yeah, okay, I'm down. What are you in the mood for?
Let me think.
Kale chips?
I hate you.
There's a whole series of them too, of them just going back and forth.
Who are these guys
On TikTok, they're known as ANZ.Atlanta. Atlanta.
Oh, ANZ.
Oh, A-N. N as in Nancy Z.
I was like, A-N. So I put A-N-Z. Damn. They're puppets?
Yeah, they're puppets. You thought they were up there? They're actual puppets going back and forth.
Hello? Hola.
Hello, welcome to Burger Town. How can I take your order?
How can you take my order?
Oh my god, this is ridiculous. All right, I'll leave you on this too. This is a great Twitter exchange. It's I'm cancer free in all caps, and someone goes, "How the fuck do you change a zodiac sign?" And then 7 hours, and then immediately after, I am literally so fucking stupid. My fucking god, never mind, forgive me.
Brilliant. Absolutely fucking brilliant. All right.
It's just immediately after he's like, "Oh my god, I am so fucking sorry." That's something I would do, dude. That is something that I would fucking do.
Oh my god. All right. Yeah, we're going to end on that note. So we will see you next week, folks.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh my god. Cancer free.
Midnight music.